Is it hard to be fresh if you don't have money, or can you still pull it off?
See, when I ain't had no money, I still had sauce. Mm-hmm. See, if you don't got no sauce, then you're lost. Mm-hmm. But you can also get lost in the sauce.
You can get how you get lost in the sauce?
Man, a bitch gonna get lost in the sauce, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, man.
I'm sprinkling salt, dropping sauce every street, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I dig it.
Overdose of sauce.
That's what it is.
No meat, just sauce.
When you're born, can you be born with sauce, or do you acquire
no,
sauce?
No, you can't born with sauce.
You get sauce. You get sauce from.
How you gonna be born with seasoning? You gotta get seasoned. I wasn't born without this sauce.
Hell yeah.
I had to acquire this sauce.
We're gonna get this place hot and clammy. Just like the McBoyles like it. The whole family's here.
How many? What is that a jar of? What is that a jar of, dude? What is that? Whoa, Jesus!
Hey, man.
We cannot have the McPoyle brothers in here creeping everybody out, bro. They bang each other.
Yeah.
Margaret, what are you doing here? Is that like a sexual thing? All right, let's do this.
She's still expecting a call.
That's not gonna happen, so just move past it, all right?
You will call her!
How many can there possibly be? Oh, good to see her again. Good. And she doesn't know what I'm saying, right? Okay. What is that, a fight? Where's your brother, dude?
We just stepped out of the shower. He'll be down in a minute.
All right, listen, you guys can't go... Did you just say we?
Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Ryan.
You think I'm bluffing?
I think you're bluffing. You think I'm bluffing?
I think you're bluffing.
Then bluff this! Ryan, stab somebody!
McPoyle bloodline's been pure and clean for 1,000 years. This marriage is an abomination.
Now, when you say pure and clean, you mean what exactly?
It means we haven't bred outside the bloodline.
For 1,000 years?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
My client is odd. You might even refer to his family as very creepy.
Now, there was another member of the McPoyle family clan at the wedding the night of the incident. A one Mr. Royal McPoyle, a bird. Look into the gallery and you will see Royal's victims. It took Margaret's vocal cords in 1999, leaving her mute. Keith McPoyle lost his eyes and his ears to it in 76. Fly, my pet! Fly!
Later, bitches.
Oh shit, I'm gonna be sick.
Go, do it. Go, feel it. Let it out.
Let's just get out of here.
Don't flush.
Talking like a gremlin, hypersonic lady. Out of Iran, out of Iran. Walls are coming down, beat it to Candace Owens. Too much Iran, too much Iran. Miriam Francoise makes me feel like a BBI. No Mongolian, Chinese Greta Wall, Thunberg, 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 Thunberg. Mongolian, Chinese Greta Wall, Thunberg, 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 Thunberg. Francesca, Belize, you know she's calling 'cause she's not Albania too. Kind of silence you have to defeat. Owen Jones 3. Prof Mirandi, you who is waking up to hypersonic goals. Get under the bunker, get under the bunker.
Well, you're just talking like a Mongoloid.
I don't give a fuck. I am a Mongoloid. In my heart, I'm a Mongoloid. That is what I am. We are a horde. That is what we are. Yes, we are that. We are 100% that.
That's not something to be proud of.
It is something to be proud of, because the Mongols are the ones who created civilization. And you created nothing but barbarism. You're the fucking barbarians. You destroyed the treasures of mankind. The Mongols only united it. What the fuck do you know about civilization? What the fuck do you know about pride? What the fuck do you have to be proud of except looting, genociding, and destroying the cultures and peoples and wealth of this world? What the fuck do you know, Cans Cuck?
Well, you're the one here chimping out, so...
I am chipping out, bitch, because I'm a fucking human being, and you're a little soy boy cuck, little bitch. You don't know who the fuck I am.
No, I see you. I think you're a Mongoloid. That's what you...
I am a Mongoloid, you're right. It is what I am, and I'm proud of being that.
Well, it's an anthropological term. It doesn't actually
Okay,
mean Mongol.
oh, so what's your fucking point? You ugly, disgusting, fucking barbarian, smelly piece of shit. You want to talk racism? I can be way more racist than you, Angloid. What fucking civilizations did Angloids ever fucking have? It needed the Romans to fuck all of you in your ass to give you any civilization. You never had any of your own. You want to be racist? I could be way more racist. You want to talk shit about Asians? What the fuck do you have on Asia, huh?
I have nothing on it.
You have nothing, because you're a Can's cuck, bitch.
I think Israel has unique issues. Here's the one piece of advice I'll give you. Okay, if you're joining the IDF, okay. Leave your fucking cell phone at home. And stop taking stupid fucking videos, okay. Cause everybody's fucking you with it, okay. And if you see a soldier, okay, going through a fucking drawer and listen, if you wanna fucking wear a dress and you think it's funny, just don't fucking take a fucking video picture of it, okay. Jesus, okay, yeah, okay.
Check, 1, 2. Check. Yeah.
Okay, Jesus,
Okay, people. Back again with another one. Bong kakat. Dreams. What's good, people? What's good? What's good, Dito Way? What's good, politics? What's good, inshallah? 12-month anniversary. Yo. That's crazy. What's good, Mr. Good Time? What do you mean good time? The fuck you mean good time? What's good, Jess Pulido? What's good, Ogus? What's good, Password? And what's good, Rami? It's just gonna be the 6 of us. Gonna get into some shit. I don't know what kind of shit I'm gonna get into tonight. I mean, it's not night, it's morning. We'll see. What's good, Kate from da da da? Yeah. All right, let's see. I don't know. Let's talk about this. And no guesser. Okay, I'll start with what's good, peace. My first Twitch comment ever. What's good, bot? My boy. Okay, I'll play at no guesser just to get, you get me? Just to get my mind primed up. Vote Green Party. Yeah, big up Green Party. A pointless party, but big up. Big up the what's her name? Kashama Sawant? I think she's Green Party, right? Big up Kashama Sawant. Never gets any press from the Yankubian leftists. Fuck. Okay. Give me a minute. Fuck. My Google Chrome just decided to, you get me? fucking shit, bro. We in the trenches, bro. It just decides to malfunction. I probably need a new laptop or some shit. I mean, it's alright. Let's see. Check. Is it working? Is the chat working? All right, okay. It's mad in the dunya, people. Give me a minute here.
I think
Ah, fuck. Yeah, my browser just decided to fuck off. Can't get it to work even. Okay, here we go. What's good, Jarros? Okay, I know you got like a, you get me. You got like a rig and shit. Don't talk shit. All right, so this is America. This is the Americas. I'm going here. Oh fuck! It's yo, I got that the fuck wrong. This is Turkey. Nah, this is Turkey. Get the fuck out of here, okay? This is okay. This could be anything. I'm going Nepal. Yeah, this is. Oh fuck! What is this? This looks. I'm going Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan. Okay, it's European. What the fuck is this? This could, yeah, this might be Polish. Okay. This is, you see, this looks African, but my bad. Shit. But it's, you know what? It's somewhere here. Ah, fuck! I got that the fuck wrong. This is, what is this? I'm going Nigerian. Got that the fuck wrong. What is this, people? I think this is Papua New Guinea. Yeah. This is Nigerian again. Okay. This is Latin American, Mexico. Okay. All right, my score is fucked up. It's 1007. So it is what it is. Bomba clot. Politics. Your browser is very mad. Peace. This is cool. Are you the Green Party guy? What do you mean? May God have mercy on me for what? Dito Way. Yeah, that song is one of the best ones. I wish I still knew how to make songs. I mean AI songs. Right. So recently, you know what? I made a shorts about this. Malaysia seized some fuckeries in the ports. Why is this? Ah, fuck. What's good, Ego Fluffer? What's good, Bunker Puppy? What? I thought you were dead. Holy shit. I thought this motherfucker was dead. Oh, you said Allah yarhamuka. Allah. Wait, what? What do you mean Allah? You're supposed to say yarhamkallah. What's Allah yarham? Allah yarhamuka sounds nasty. It sounds like I'm dead. Right? Yo, people, how's the mic level? Cause I'm boosting the mic level because I want to keep the mic away from my mouth. Can you hear my voice? Is it too loud? Is it too Yeah, what's good, Bunker Puppy? Where you been? So yeah, recently Malaysia found some weapons in a container, in a cargo container in the south. Now here's the problem, right? I did a shorts about this. The billionaire who owns the ports, the biggest port company, the biggest port management company in Malaysia, that billionaire, right, appointed Said, what's his name? Sultan Ahmed. Appointed this Sultan Ahmed, like this guy, bro. What's his name? Let me Google this guy. Sultan Ahmed. Who gave Epstein the Kaaba cloth, bro? The fuck is this? Whatever, bro. So he's appointed as CEO. Holy fuck. What's good? Only fact. There's dozens of memes on Instagram. I'm not. You get me? So imagine the guy who gave. He's an Emirati. His name is Said Sultan. So this fucking idiot ass, dumbass billionaire is trying to make this. No. He already made this. Fuck. Nah. I almost doxed myself. Let me see. So this billionaire made this guy the CEO of MMC Ports. Yeah, Epstein, like an Epstein Files alumni. Right? This is what's happening in Malaysia. So it's no coincidence that they found a cargo container full of weapons, E-bit weapons. I mean, I don't know if it's weapons, but the cargo was bound for Israel in our ports, in a country that bans any transaction with Israel, anything at all. Even though we do have BlackRock investment. So yeah, and then this billionaire, right? You would think the people would be pissed off and shit. Fuck. What is going on? Give me a minute. Hey, my laptop is bugging. So you think people will be pissed off at this billionaire, but people are like, oh, how come maybe he didn't know the Sultan guy is connected to Epstein. You know, Malaysians are fucking dumb. They're like, oh, maybe they're doing the husnuzon. Do you guys know what husnuzon is? Husnuzon is when you how do I say husnuzon? Husnuzon is like when you think positive about someone, right? When someone murdered someone, you're like, oh, maybe no, I don't think, when a white guy murders his whole family and the newspaper is doing husnuzon, like, oh, he's actually a nice guy. He's just a white guy wearing khakis on a jet ski, smiling, right? How benefit of the doubt? Holy shit, you figure, yeah. Inshallah, this is the one. Benefit of the doubt. When you give someone, like white people, right? They give white people benefit of the doubt. If he's a black guy who killed his whole family, yeah, he's trash anyway. Right? But if it's a white guy, oh no, did he really do it? Right? Look at him. He's smiling. He has a job. Look at him. Look at the way he treats his family. He's on a jet ski. That's husnuzon, right? And so these idiot Malaysians are husnuzon-ing a billionaire. Like, oh, maybe he didn't know that the Sultan guy is in the Epstein files. Are you dumb? right? This billionaire is obviously a fucking Zayo. Okay? Even though he's a Muslim, get the fuck out of here. I don't know why people are like this, people. It's so annoying. Do you really want to who's on a fucking billionaire? Right? It's so annoying. All right, okay, let's get updated on the news. Graham, what's good? They say it's always the quiet ones you gotta worry about. Wait, what?
Did any of you guys see that one Twitter post that got super viral? And it was just like, Pop is in good hands, folks. Picture of somber Addison Rae, Gracie Abrams, and Tate McRae, bro. I kid you not. They were comparing like different pop stars of the past, pop stars of today. And I kid you not, under Michael Jackson was fucking somber, bro. That's just how I know shit is fucked. My question is, bro, why have they bleached the entire music industry? Why?
Please.
Somebody tell me. I keep asking the same question and nobody wants to respond. Where is the Whitney Houston of 2026, guys?
They bleached.
I don't know how to talk about this without it coming off like in a certain way, because I haven't really seen people open up the conversation of like what's happening to music. So I will start it. And I think it starts in like the 90s. It was sometime around then where I feel like we started to see the black art style colonized, literally, like completely bleached and put onto another bitch. Like, I think we saw this happen firstly, probably not first, bro. I'm not a historian, okay? But like we saw it with like Britney Spears and like just JT. What's his name again?
JT.
The one who wanted to be Michael Jackson so bad, and he was on Love Never Felt So Good.
JT
Justin
is the
Timberlake?
worst.
I could be totally wrong, but you know, those kind of people, it was a black swag on a white body that was marketed to white people and then popularized. So to take it even further, Motown, I feel like, was the first black music that really got mainstream and was listened to by all kinds of folks. And this was super huge for the black community, okay? It was great. And I feel like the reason...
Yo, speaking of JT, any commies in the chat? You guys see the cope? Do you guys see the cope? Nah, what do you mean? Yo, Bunker Puppy, you wildin', son. You wildin', son. What do you mean kinda like some Timberlake? What do you mean? He has no hits. He has no good songs. He has 0 good songs. Fuck out of here. Timberlake, really? Bro, that guy destroyed the career of Janet Jackson. Remember? Remember, he destroyed Janet Jackson's career. Like, that was when he pulled off her clothing, revealing her nipple. Right? That was deliberate. He's a fucking ass. He's a fucking Yankubian, people. He's a fucking Illuminati. Big up Peace Tiger for the follow. Big up. Timberland produced songs. All right, Bunker Puppy, you are disowned, my friend. I disown you. Wait, what do you mean LL Cool J? Out of nowhere, inshallah. Do you guys see the cope by the JT guy on D program? What's his channel's name? Shit. JT D program. What's his channel's name? So he did a video about Mamdani, I guess. Second thought. My bad. Bro, inshallah, why do you know everything? Holy fuck. What? I think he did once, Zohran won the election.
The next day of the
He did this video, right? And he got a lot of flack for it. I think we watched this video live and we were like, what the fuck is this, right? Because it had like a we did it kind of outro, right? I think this is the video that
and in our political organizations. So I'm happy. For now. We'll see you in 2 weeks. At least enough to win
Wait,
elections.
is this the one? No, this is probably not the one we watched.
And maybe soon, Working Families Party thing. Now, I don't know what kind of numbers Mamdani's team's looking at. Maybe we could have gone further and won a few more races, but the results speak for themselves. 9 out of 10 DSA wins ain't bad.
Why does he? What's the language here? What do you mean we? Is he part of Zoran's campaign?
Not at all. Especially in those races where Mamdani endorsed candidates further to the left than even the Working Families Party, which is historically about as far left as candidates in New York go. More and more, it's looking like Zohran and DSA are carving out a space in the Democratic Party that's independent enough to win elections and, maybe soon, pass policies without the old capitalist guard. All this good press and electoral success is actively shifting the Overton window our way. As just one example, Daria Liza won on a platform of a
I've Overton window. I fucking hate that term. Yeah. I don't know why I fucking hate that term.
abolishing ICE, ending support to Israel, and saying fuck Kamala Harris. That's great news. It means that electoral politics is at least somewhat catching up to people's growing support for socialism. And the more this keeps working, in elections and in office, the more space we have to push even further left, both in mainstream politics and in our political organizations. So, I'm happy. For now. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
And he also had another video. Remember that some time ago, like we watched the video live, and it was full of hope for Zohran. I think he got a lot of flack for it. Actually, nah. It sounds like the comments are positive. What are they talking about? Okay, it's not socialism. It is social democracy. I think his fans turned on him. Yeah. Call Ing. We're gonna get to that. Peace. I don't think Green Party is socialism. What do you mean? You have one. I think you have that one Indian lady who's like a Marxist or some shit. Green Party is not socialism. What makes it socialism? What makes Green Parties? Which part of the Green Party is socialist? No, it's not. Peace. Prove it. It's just a party. It's not socialist party. Yeah, I guess he got a lot of flack from his Actually, I never seen this video. I've seen one of his older videos about, I forgot what it was about, but it ended with such a positive note about Mamdani. I was like, wait, what? Paul Ing, I think he's talking about American Green Party. And then they were coping about it. I guess they got a lot of flack for this video. I mean, he, not they. They, them. Also considering Yugopnik, who's part of the podcast, has a podcast with Mike from PA. People are like, all their fans are like, you get me? Like, I remember it was chaos, even in their discords and shit. Like, all their fans are like, what's going on? Like, are these people commies or are they social democrats? Da, 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 da. What's good, Ray? Bunker Puppy, I sadly don't think the Green Party is even really trying to win. Just sell books. Hate from da. Socialists. What socialists? Whenever North Americans talk about socialism, I don't know what they mean actually. Because it's like you think it's like Soviet style socialists or like China style socialism. But it's like Norway style socialism. It's European. I mean, not European. Like it's Nordic style socialism, which is not socialism. Yeah, you see, that's not socialist. I do not. I'm not a socialist. I'm not a commie, but I do not consider that socialism. I can differentiate between. That's not socialism. You can't say if you're a socialist, right? If you're a socialist and you say democratic socialism, you're an asshole because socialism is already democratic. You don't need to say democratic socialism. It's like saying black Negro. Like it's like saying, white Yankubian. No, my bad. White Yakubian. No, no, no. You can't say democratic socialist is fuckeries. You can't say that. Like you don't even know what socialism is. Like democracy is already part of socialism. You don't need to say democratic social. This is some. I be real. Yeah, this is some Yankubian shit. Peace. This is not. This is not socialism. Socialism is. You get me? The means of production or Sharia law. What? Yeah, exactly. Sharia is just Sharia. Um, this is not socialism. I don't know what this is. It's like saying socialism. Exactly. So yeah, I'm not a socialist, but it's just fuckeries, people. Semantic technology. That's what it is. They like to do this. It's implying that socialism is not democratic. So we, the Yankubians, is gonna bring democracy to socialism, right? Just see. Well, nobody has achieved. I don't think anybody has achieved communism. Um, but it's something you should strive for. Communism. I don't think there's a distinction even. It's just communism is the goal, right? YouTube. Well, you're making this up. Politics. What do you mean YouTube is going after faceless YouTube? You're making this up. Is it? Are they? Are they? You're making this up. Okay. I can't reveal my face yet. It's not that I'm trying to hide my face. I'm not even hiding my face. People know what I look like. It's just that I could get fired. Okay. Do you see the latest news in Malaysia? A bunch of YouTubers got arrested. A bunch of podcasters got arrested in Malaysia. See, this is what we're working with. And the nature of my profession, does I can't just talk shit. I could just get fired, okay? Right? So yeah, I can't show my face. So anyway, where were we? So the D program is coping, right?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Deprogram Podcast. Today, an old classic is returning as the boys return from faraway lands and insane weddings. It is the most original show ever invented. We read the news and then we talk about them. Welcome back to Send Nudes.
Politics. Where are you getting this?
Nudes. Let us start off with Electoralism, I believe, by J.T. Chapman. Please, sir.
That's me. All right. If you asked for it, partner. DSA stuff. Got some actually pretty good things happening. But before we get into the actual news, your boy's gonna go on a little rant.
Oh.
If you'll indulge me, I put out
Drama.
I put out a Mamdani update video a little while ago on Second Thought. You may have seen it. It was just checking in on how things have been going in New York. We wrote it to be as down the middle, uninflammatory as possible to avoid pissing off certain portions of the viewership. But, of course, that did not work. The reaction was exactly what I've come to expect from the online U.S., quote, left. We got the classic, which is,
like whenever Yankubians get any sort of what do you call it, pushback, right? Whenever Yankubians get pushback, they're gonna do two things. One, they're gonna insult you. Number one. Number two, they're gonna ask you, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Where's your revolution? Where's the vanguard?" Every single time. Every single fucking time. They'll randomly insult you and then they'll ask you, "What are you doing?" It's almost as if they have no muhasabah. You get me? You gotta have some muhasabah. Right?
liberals wandering into the comments to tell me I was a dangerous radical because I had the audacity to say that building more housing and making buses free is good, actually. Fine, whatever. These people are stupid. We expect that.
See, it's not good because you are rewarding Yankubian for what? What? You're rewarding Yankubians for what? For voting for Democrats who kill Palestinians, who kill Sudanese, who kill Libyans, who turn Libya into, open market slavery. Like, what's going on here? Why do Yankubians, right? Why do we want Yankubians to have nice things? Why? That's the one thing I don't understand. You don't deserve nice things. Also, you already have nice things. You already have a better life than all of us. You have a better life than all of us. Why do you want it? Why do you want it to be better while the rest of us fucking suffer? Like if Yankubian comes into Malaysia, right? $1 can buy them like a whole ass meal, right? And then they say, "Oh, it's so cheap. It's so cheap." What a bunch of fucking assholes. It's not cheap. Right? It's cheap to you. You see, this is what they don't understand. They have that privilege that they don't understand. What's good, too old for the witch? Politics. Oh, it's true? Is there any announcement about this? August, they love him. They love him over here. He's gonna explain himself. That's fine. But I just, they like to guilt trip you into, "Oh, you don't want us to have nice things?" Like, no. "Oh, you don't think us having nice things is a good thing?" They like to guilt trip you, right? Why would you want? I respect all the Yankubians who don't want Yankubians to have nice things. All you Yankubians who's like, "Nah, we don't deserve good things until the whole world, until there's no more foreign U.S. military bases, right? We don't deserve nice things." I respect those Yankubians. I mean, not I don't call them Yankubians, I guess. You are Americans. Then you can be an American. You can join Brazil. You can join Venezuela and become Americans. But otherwise, you're a Yankubian. If you want Yank to have good things, yeah, you're a Yankubian. Jomi Jom Jom. Yanks will lie and tell you they need nice things so that they don't turn. Yeah, they don't. This is exactly it. They don't turn fascist. And then when you don't agree, "Oh, you don't think us having nice things is good?" Right?
Of them have been trying to get through to him for years. That was not what annoyed me the most. What really annoyed me was the other end of the quote left spectrum. Apparently, according to a certain type of online socialist, me saying, "Hey, this self-professed socialist-backed administration is doing some pretty good stuff," means I've become a Democrat now. I am sheepdogging.
Socialist back? Like social? What do you mean socialist back?
For the Democratic Party, I have abandoned the revolution.
Literally
because I
Bill
acknowledge-
Clinton. Literally
Yeah,
Bill Clinton. About to fuck his secretary.
He's Dick Cheney. He's like any.
He's Hillary.
Yeah. But
Look at
it's
me,
very
I'm
annoying.
Hillary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with her. I always have been with her. But that aside,
See, I told you the first thing they're gonna do is I forgot the first thing they're gonna do is guilt trip you for not wanting good things for Yankubian. That's the first thing they will do, and then the second thing is they will insult you. They're insulting their own fans here. They'll make fun of you like randomly. Big up Jess Pulido for the membership. Look, casual, it's not, I don't think that's the problem here. You can be positive about Zohran, but don't be defensive when your own fans turn on you. And don't be a yank about it. Like, it's the same pattern. They'll guilt trip you for not wanting good things for Yankubian. Number two, they'll insult you. They're insulting their own fans, their own crowd. And then they'll do the, what's the third one? Fuck, I forgot. Shit. They'll insult you and then they'll ask you, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you organizing? Bro, between support, like this is what, be real? This is something Yankubian don't understand. Between supporting Democrats and doing nothing, what would you choose? Do nothing, people. Why would you support a bunch of fucking genociders?
With her.
What's good? Yeah, talking about Mamdani while literally using a Lenin icon is crazy work. Yeah. That's fun, but why are they so defensive? I don't get it. This is your fans you're talking about, right?
I acknowledge that it's nice when working people get something, right? And I have
not Yankubians.
to ask.
No, that's very lived up of you. No. The only way people should get anything good is through revolution. So, like, if you wipe your ass and not wipe it in a revolutionary manner, you're being
that is revisionist.
Revisionist dog.
See, that's not the point. The point is Yankubians already have it good, right? You already have it good. Look, I know Ugapnik is not a Yankubian, but man has a podcast with Mike from PA.
You have to stand up on the toilet bowl while you're wiping, otherwise you're a liberal.
The party has to vote on whether you should wipe up or down. Okay, what is the revisionist or non-revisionist?
Party line is sideways across the cheeks. Like that's not gonna work.
Oh my god,
bro, this is some ContraPoint shit.
But anyway,
Andra broke a light bulb using the shut off using the bidet.
Anyway, I'm gonna make probably a little means second thought after dark rant thing about this. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but like I have to ask, just in case any of these people are listening, which I doubt, right?
What are you doing?
And correct and everything.
What are you doing?
Like really, like this is why the online US left drives me absolutely nuts. We cannot acknowledge the tiniest improvement in anybody's life without some terminally online freak showing up to explain why it's actually counter-revolutionary to be happy.
Oh wait, he's still insulting his audience. They always insult you if any disagreement. What's good? At Kalim Kim Tab. He talked about losing talent. No. Yeah, I guess so. That's right. But if you go the Mamdani route, you're gonna be set for life.
That grandma has a roof over her head. And like the really annoying part is that I actually tried talking to some of these people, and I know I shouldn't read the comments.
What are you doing?
Read the comments, but I try to take a walled garden approach. Right, the channel is for baby leftists, so I ban people who are detrimental to my little cultivation project. So I responded to a few comments, and I said, okay, you know what? You're
What
at
are
least
you
partly right.
doing?
Electoral politics is not enough. That is correct. I've literally said that for years. So, what are you guys doing to help? What's your local org
I
chap?
told you, man. I told you. They always do this. What are you doing? They insult you randomly with some random insults, and then what are you doing? They always do this. Like, what the fuck does it matter if someone does not vote for the Democrat? Someone doesn't want to vote for Democrat. So what are you doing? Bro, join the ACP. Joining the ACP is way better than fucking voting for a Democrat. What is this logic, people? Am I autistic, or did the Democrats do a whole ass genocide live on TV? Am I autistic? Are you rewarding genociders? Holy fuck. But I'm not disappointed because I was never a fan of the Yankubian. It's never a fan of the Yankubian. Look, you can, if you want to glaze Mamdani, it's fine. I mean, just explain what you're doing. You're trying to, I guess you're a honeypot, right? Just explain what you're doing. You don't need to insult your audience. You don't need to do the what are you doing shit, right? It's like Yankubian 101. It's Yankubian 101, 1001. Yankubian 101. Don't be a Yankubian. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm cool with people glazing Mamdani, right? But don't pretend like you're doing something good and everybody else is doing nothing. Right? I can tell Yankubians what to do. I can tell you right now what to do. Because people are always like, oh, well, what do you propose we do? Selma, Yankubians will sharpen the executioner's blade and be like, well, at least we're doing something. Jess Pulido, Din ST moved to Texas and he's blue Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is probably blue anyway. Casual, even if the Dems fully aligned, they still, yeah, Mamdani condemns resistance. Like, it's not, bro, like, look, it's fine if you want to glaze Mamdani, but know your place. What are you doing? They're doing the contrapoint shit. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, the honeypot shit. They are doing the same. At Kalim Kim Tab. They are doing the same BS Hassan Piquer used to claim. This channel is for baby leftists. We trying to get normies. You see, this is what I don't understand. Number one, I don't understand this shit, right? I don't understand why you need to do this when there's already. Why not strengthen? Okay, let's say you have a group of leftists, right? Leftists. Why not strengthen the movement? Yo, Hassan Piquer has a lot of power. If he just tells his crowd, we need to start, a movement separate from the establishment. Okay, he probably get murdered. Yo, he probably get shot if he did that. Like, I'll be real. So it is what it is. He's doing what he's doing to survive. Like, I'll be real. If he did that, he probably get shot. Anybody with any pull, if they do, well, we need a movement outside of the establishment, outside of the electoral system, yeah, you probably get shot, okay? Like, I'll be real. So it is what it is. It is what it is. What's good, Genghis Khan? What's good, Krisaru? Politics, what do you mean? Elmi, the only one that disappointed me a little was Hakeem for not. It's his friend, okay? This is a Yankubian trait. They will defend their friends no matter what. Like, I would not defend my friend, my friend. All my friends is right wingers, and I got some liberal friends. I ain't defending none of that. Okay, nah. But it's a Yankubian trait. Like they will defend their friends. Like even if it goes against their principles. I would not do none of that shit. If my friend is caught, I don't know, essaying, you can deal with that yourself. For example, right? I had a friend who people accuse of SA. I ain't defending none of that shit. I'm like, yeah, maybe he did it. I don't know. If you think he did it, he did it. I don't give a shit, people. I'm not gonna defend my friend for nothing. Right? Selma, shouldn't I think Hakeem is a channel for baby leftists. Shouldn't a channel for baby leftists be about explaining the principles of leftism so people can learn and evolve instead of just affirming whatever position? Yeah, I don't think when you talk nicely about Zohran, I don't think you're creating baby commies. You're creating baby Democrats. You're right, Selma. You're right. You're creating baby Democrats. Also, why? Why do you need to honeypot people? Why not just strengthen your movement? Why not steer your movement to the right way? Selma Mal put it nicely: to let things slide for the sake of peace and friendship when a person has clearly gone wrong, and refrain from principal argument because he is an old acquaintance, a fellow townsman, a schoolmate, a close friend, a loved one, an old colleague, or an old subordinate, or to touch on the matter lightly instead of going into it thoroughly, so as to keep on good terms. The result is that both the organization and the individual are harmed. This is one type of liberal. Yeah, liberals. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Mao is cooking. Let him cook. Let him cook, man. Let him cook. What's good, George Underwood? What do you mean Underwood? Right? Oh man, someone put like a Lenin quote that was amazing. Shit, I can't find it now. There was a Lenin quote in this comment that was amazing. By the way, the program, yo, 63 likes, people. Yo, 63 likes, people. I think Mike. Someone dropped like a Lenin quote, which was amazing, which explains, not this one, which explains exactly what they're doing. I don't remember that quote. That was an amazing quote. There was a Lenin quote that explains exactly this. You know how these social democrats, like, they claim, oh, these are small positives. What we're doing here, Zoran Mamdani is a small positive, and soon with small positive, he's explaining this social democrat technology. Oh, small positives. But I don't remember the quote, so it is what it is. Because I'm not a commie. I'm not a commie. This guy is correct. Yeah. The principal contradiction of DSA isn't just electoralism; it's Zionism. Exactly. Most of DSA are Zionists. Culting, the reason they do this, the average American extremely propagandized. You'll scare them off. I understand that, but I really couldn't give a shit about Yankubian. I don't know why. If you're if you believe in revolution, why do you give a shit about Yankubians? I'll be real. Yeah, everybody's disappointed. If you watch the comments, I mean, if you read the comments, people are getting banned from Second Thought. Yo, there was a really good Lenin quote that explains exactly what what this thinking is. I can't find it right now. Yo, wait, let me see if I can Google the Lenin quote. Lenin quote about small positives. I think it was about small positives. I can't find it. He explained exactly this Mamdani shit. Any comments in the chat that he explained exactly that the social democrat technology where they'll convince you that, oh, you know what we're doing is we're on the right path, da 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 da. Small positives. He said something like small positives. I can't right now. I can't. Yeah. Also, are you forgetting that Zohran condemned the resistance? So I don't know. But to be fair to the D program, they try to avoid talking about resistance as much as they can. I mean, they do support the resistance as far as I know, but they avoid talking about it as much as they can. So are we just going to ignore that this guy is in state? And I think it's in, I completely forgot the quote. Selma, I'm not checking my 600 page. Yo, somebody posted that quote. Holy shit. Oh, man. I think it got deleted. Maybe the quote got deleted because it was so accurate. It's not from What Is to Be Done. It's from, I think it might be from this one, State and Revolution. Selma, even if we take for granted that the average American is too stupid for leftism, the goal should be to actually teach them not to throw your hands in the air and say, well, you're left enough, you don't have to. Yeah. It's they use the honeypot as an excuse. This sounds kind of like this, the quote that I was thinking about. What's good, Revo? The reformists imagine themselves to be realist politicians, doers of positive work, statesmen. But it's not this one, but yeah. Shit, I should have saved that quote, okay? I should have saved. I should read, but I can't remember shit, so that's why I don't read. I'm going to tell Yankubians what to do, right? You know how the ContraPoints left. What are you doing? I'm going to tell you what to do. Number one, move out if you can. If you can, move out. If you move out, half of your conscience is clear. If you're a Yankubian, right, move out. Number one, that's what you can do. So at least you're not contributing to the empire. Move out. Go to Mexico. I don't know, right? Is this the one? It's not this one, Cutting. My bad for making you break out the essays. At Kalim Kimtab. This is the spirit of the quote. Big things cannot be achieved at one stroke. We must fight for small but achievable things. It's something like this. Like he's making fun. Lenin is making fun of the social democrats. Technology. Okay, I'm gonna tell Yankubian what to do. Number one, if you can move out, right? You can move out. Go to, I don't know, go to Mexico, go to China. Just don't go to Malaysia. Malaysia doesn't exist. You can move out, so at least you're not contributing to get me. What else can you do? If you can't move out, right? Here's a second here's the second part of it, what you can do. If you can't move out and you're stuck in the USA, what you can do is don't vote for any of the reds or the blues. Oh, this is the one. He found it, Selma. This fucking nerd found it. Selma, Lenin making fun of the suck them. Do you know how little that? That's like 50%. You see how you're a commie and you're like, that's like 50% of his work. But why do commies still flirt with, you get me, suck thems? Why do Yankubian commies still flirt with suckdems if that's 50% of his work. That's what befuddles me. That's what befuddles the shit out of me. I think this is the quote. Where is this from? We must not be utopians and strive after big things. We must be practical politicians. We must join in the demand for small things. And these small things will facilitate the fight for the big ones. We regard the small things as the surest stage in the struggle. This is the quote. He found it. He found it. He found it. This is the quote, people. Holy shit. Put this on the t-shirt, people. That is how all the opportunists, all the reformists argue. Unlike the revolutionaries. That is how the right-wing social democrats I need to read this book. It's probably just a speech or some shit, right? Nah, this is the quote. But he described this shit like exactly. Nah, this quote is amazing. Nah, I gotta save this quote. How do I Nah, let me take a note here. I gotta put this on the t-shirt, people. Okay. How the fuck did a motherfucker from the 1920s describe? I big up Culting, you found it. Right? How the fuck did a fucking a motherfucker? Wait, I gotta save this quote. This is the quote. Right? But you won't understand this quote if you don't read it fully, right? You might think he's trying to tell you to do that shit. But he's making fun of you get me, the reformist. Malaysia is a reformist country. The Malaysian government right now is a reformist government. Yeah, that's the quote. Oh, this one? All right, okay, thank you. Selma Blair over here. How the fuck does a motherfucker? All right, this one, right? I'm going to save this. I'm going to read this when I'm like in between. Yeah, I'm going to take months just to read this one essay. People, yo. Gonna take me a month to read this essay. Like, how does this motherfucker predict like everything? Like a bald motherfucker. I mean, he's got hair. He's not bald. Like a small, you get me, Eurasian uncle. Can you read it on stream? Like right now? This shit is too white. I can't read. Let me just read the first two paragraphs, right? Let me just read the first two paragraphs. We must choose. This is the argument the opportunists have always used to justify themselves, and they are using it now. Big things cannot be achieved at one stroke. We must fight for small but achievable things. How do we know whether they are achievable? They are achievable if the majority of the political parties or of the most influential politicians agree with them. The larger the number of politicians who agree with some tiny improvements, the easier it is to achieve me. We must not be utopians and strive after big things. We must be practical politicians. We must join in the demand for small things. And these small things will facilitate the fight for the big ones. We regard the small things as the surest stage in the struggle for big things. That is how all the opportunists, all the reformists argue, unlike the revolutionaries. That is how the right-wing social democrats argue about the Duma cabinet. The demand for a constituent assembly is the big demand. It cannot be achieved immediately. By no means is everyone is consciously in favor of this demand. But the whole state Duma, that is to say the vast majority of politicians, that is to say the whole people, is in favor of Duma cabinet. We must choose between the existing evil and a very small rectification of it. Because the largest number of those who are in general dissatisfied with the existing evil are in favor of this very small rectification. And by achieving the small things, we shall facilitate our struggle for the big one. This is amazing. We repeat, this is the fundamental, the typical argument of all opportunists all over the world. To what conclusion does this argument inevitably lead? To the conclusion that we need no revolutionary program, no revolutionary party, no revolutionary tactics. What we need are reforms, nothing more. We do not need a revolutionary social democratic party. What we need is a party of democratic and socialist reforms. Indeed, is it not clear that there will always be people who admit that the existing state of affairs is unsatisfactory, of course, always. It is also not clear that the largest number of discontented people will always be in favor of the smallest rectification of this unsatisfactory situation, of course, always. Consequently, it is our duty, the duty of advanced and class-conscious people, always to support the smallest demands for the rectification of an evil. This is the surest and most practical policy to pursue, when all talk about fundamental demands and so forth is merely the talk of utopians. Utopians. You know what they call it in this day and age? Pie in the sky. Hasanabi uses this term, pie in the sky. Right? Motherfucker Lenin talked about it in, like, what year is this? Fucking 1906. It's not even the 1920s. He wrote about this in 1906. He wrote about pie in the sky socialists. They make fun of you, oh, pie in the sky. It's merely the talk of utopians, merely revolutionary phrase mongering. We must choose, and we must always choose between the existing evil and the most moderate of the schemes in vogue for this rectification. And then Lenin said, that is exactly how the German opportunist social democrats argued. They said okay, I'm not going to read this. By the way, that's my natural accent. No, it's not Russian accent. That's my natural accent. Right? This American accent I'm using right now is not my natural accent, okay? The way I speak when I read, that's my natural accent. I put on this Yank accent. I don't know why. Because I learned English from listening to rap, okay? Anyway, where were we? Okay, Yankubin, what can you do? What are you doing? Okay, you can move out. You can. Number 2, if you can't move out, don't vote for genociders. Don't vote for the Democrats. Number 3, support the resistance always. Support the resistance always. Right? Always support the resistance. It's non-negotiable. It's non-fucking negotiable. Selma, if we're talking about what Yankubians can do, what's this? You can do this, right? You can do this. You can join the anarchists and destroy and sabotage. You can sabotage. I mean, look, I'm gonna do this I'm gonna explain this from Islamic perspective. Okay. I'm gonna explain what you can do. What are you doing? Where's the vanguard? I'm gonna explain this from an Islamic point of view. Okay? Listen to me. Listen. Okay? The lowest form of Iman is in your heart. Okay? Lowest form of Iman is in your heart. The minimum thing you can do is in your heart, you don't support this shit. Okay? And that also means that you don't support this shit. You don't do anything about it. In your heart, you don't like it, so you don't do anything about it. You don't support the Democrats at all. You hate genociders. You don't do anything about genociders. Okay? Don't do anything. Don't support them. You don't even need to talk shit about genociders. You don't even need to talk shit about genociders. You just hate. Hate in your heart means indifference. That's the lowest form of iman. If your iman is a bit stronger, talk about it. If you hate the Democrats, you think, if you hate the Yankubian government, not just the Democrats, the Republicans, the Democrats, whatever the fuck, you talk about it. That's the second stage of iman. Your iman is a bit stronger, you talk about it. Right? You say this is not right. These people are the empire. Right? They are subjugating the whole world. That's the second level of iman. The third level of iman is do something about it. The third level of iman is do something about it. Join the resistance, pick up a weapon. Oh shit, this could get in Minecraft. Fund the resistance, support do something, action. Even if your action is you make money and then you fund, you send it to the resistance. That's a form of action. That's a form of action. But the problem with Yankubian is they can't even do the lowest form of iman. They can't even hate in their hearts. They gotta do something. They gotta support the genociders. I don't know what this thinking is. If you can't even hate these genociders in your heart, if you can't even do nothing about it, right? If you can't even not support the Democrats in any way, shape, or form, in making content about them, in talking up them. If you can't even do the lowest form of iman, what are you? You don't even have a glimmer of nur. You don't even have a glimmer of nur. You can't even do the lowest form of iman, right? This applies to everything. This applies to everything. If you see something that's not right, the lowest form of iman is what, people? Just in your heart, you disagree. Right? But don't support the fuckeries. That's the opposite of iman. But yeah, Yankubians don't even want to do nothing. They have to support fuckeries. Like they think they're doing a thing by supporting fuckeries. And then these people are supposed to be commies, and they just completely contradict the fucking Lenin. They contradict Lenin. How does it make any sense, people? Holy shit. Anyway, we got to move on from this, right? Before I go crazy. At Kalim Kemtab, that hadith reference is very misused in Muslim countries to haram police, even causing violence. Amar Ma'ruf. Yo, you know who uses Amar Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar in Malaysia? Fucking gangsters. Nah, trust Muslims to
Doesn't matter.
you get me? To misunderstand shit. Anyway,
Now, Yemen's Ansarullah Houthis, who are backed by Iran, say they've attacked a Saudi oil facility.
What do you mean Ansar Allah Houthis? Yeah. What do you mean Ansar Allah Houthis? It's the same thing. Just say Ansar Allah. That's like saying democratic socialist. Password. Can you talk about Iman in general? Sounds interesting. Iman? Iman is faith. Faith. Iman is faith, right? Iman is in Islam there's two things. There's Islam and there's Iman. Islam is the religion, Iman is the faith. Iman is believing. Okay, let me just pull this up. Motherfucker wants me to do Islam propaganda. You should strive to be a commie. Not a Muslim. I mean, you could be a Shia. So Iman is 6 things, right? Iman is believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, believing in the angels, believing in the book, believing in the Rasul. Iman is believing in Qiyamah, which is the afterlife, and Iman is believing in Qada and Qadar. Not Qatar, not Qadr. That's what Iman is. It's quite simple, right? Believing in God, angels. Angels means, in general, things you can't see. That's what Iman is. Believing in things you can't see, things you can't predict, things you can't even experience right now. That's what Iman is. It's faith. If you're in a cult, you got to have Iman and believe in the cult. That's what Iman is. Right? So let's say this is what Iman is, right? If someone, if the enemy captures you, this happened to Bilal. Bilal is probably the first black Muslim. I don't know. I think Bilal is the first slave, African slave, to become Muslim. His Iman is so strong, right? The enemies captured him. They fucking beat him up and they force him to say you don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Say it now. And Bilal said, nah, you can keep beating me up. I don't give a shit. Now that's Iman. That's the highest form of Iman. Right? That's Iman. And Iman has stages. The lowest form of belief is if something you disagree with is happening, the lowest form of Iman is in your heart. Right? And then if you don't disagree, talk about it. That's a higher form of Iman. The highest form of Iman is action. It's true action. Is it taqiyya? Wait, what's taqiyya? Isn't taqiyya no, it's not taqiyya. It's the opposite of taqiyya. Taqiyya is like I don't know. I don't research much into taqiyya. Taqiyya means you can lie. You can conceal your Iman, your belief. I'm not sure if taqiyya is permissible. So yeah, if you're, for example, right, if you're a commie, your Iman is communism. If you're a commie, your Iman is this is the way. This is the right way for human beings. That's your Iman. This is what you believe in. So if you see something that contradicts, if you see social democracy, right, and it contradicts your beliefs, right? Islam is like socialism, Iman is communism. Okay, that's it. Okay. Islam is socialism, Iman is communism. Okay? Communism is your belief. You believe that this is the destination. Islam is socialism. Socialism is the practice. You get me? Right? Like, you know, like if communism had Iman, the pillars of Iman, it would be believe in, you get me, believe in communism, number one, believe in, I don't know, the vanguard, believe in the books written by the revolutionaries, you know, believe in the revolutionaries, believe in communism. Communism is your Qiyamah, right? But you don't believe in, but if you're a commie, you don't believe in qada and qadar. You believe in dialectical materialism, right? Islam has qada and qadar, where Islam has both, you get me? It's a contradiction, right? Islam has both, everything is written, but you still have to live your life. You still have to jihad. That's Islam. It's a bit contradictory, but that's the nature of the nature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is contradictory. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is contradictory. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't give a fuck. I'm evil and I'm good. I'm everything. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? That's the nature of Islam. The nature of Allah is I'm this and I'm this. I will torture you, but I will also please you. It's like that's the nature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is everything. Yeah, that's qada and qadar. Like your life is written, but you also have to strive in your life. You also have to do jihad. But in communism, it's dialectical materialism. What it is, you get me? It is what it is. Literally, that's what communism is. It is what it is. Right? Everything leads to everything leads to everything. Everything leads to something. Something leads to everything. That's what. And you have to constantly adapt. You have to constantly, you get me? Resolve contradictions. So yeah, that's the pillars of that's the pillars of Iman in communism. Like communism itself is an Iman, because communism is not something you can see. You literally, I don't think it has ever existed. But that's your Iman, people. You believe in this, right? You believe in how these revolutionaries tell you how you're going to achieve this. You believe in it, right? So if you see someone who contradicts this belief of yours, the lowest form of communism is I'm distorting shit right now, but the lowest form of Iman in communism is to disagree in your heart, right? But if you're gonna go up one stage, you speak up. You know, like the motherfucker who provided the quote, the Lenin quote, he's speaking up. That's the second stage of Iman, and the best stage of Iman is action. You do something about it, right? Like the Ansarullah
facility with a drone. Earlier, a fire broke out at the Aramco facility in Jazan along the.
Taqiyya is different. Taqiyya is when you lie, when you have a gun pointed to your head to save your life or life of others. I would do this. Okay? When you're faced with a situation, you gotta ijtihad, right? You gotta do dialectics. You gotta think, right? I would do taqiyya in a heartbeat. Like I wouldn't. You get me? Where you can lie, just to Halloween. Islam strongly emphasizes economic obligations to the community. Zakat requires. Look, the only problem with the zakat system is probably, I don't know. Look, I'm not an economist. I'm not going to discuss this. But it's probably not enough. Right? In that sense, I probably agree with the commies a bit more, where their system is more optimized for the people.
The kingdom's Red Sea coast. Saudi Arabia's energy ministry says the blaze has been extinguished and there are no casualties. And Yemeni media are reporting an attack on the strategic port of Al Mocha, which is just north of the Bab el Mandeb Strait. Several explosions have been reported at the port. Yemeni media says the strike was carried out by the Ansarullah Houthis, but it has not claimed the attack. Now, Yusuf Maori is in Yemen.
See, when you this is action, this is praxis, right? So praxis is the highest form of Iman. Whatever Ansarullah is doing, whatever Iran IRGC is doing, whatever Hamas is doing is the highest form of Iman, praxis. Right? You see something that's not right, you fight. You fight. That's the highest form of Iman. This is why people who fight, they go to Jannah. Like immediately, they become shuhada. They go immediately to Jannah. No, non-negotiable. If you fight and you die, you go to Jannah, and that includes pregnancy. Pregnancy is a form of jihad, right? It's a form of, you get me? if am I lying? Am I lying? If you die during pregnancy, you're a shuhada. I'm not lying, right? I'm not lying, right? If you die during pregnancy, you go in Jannah. Even pregnancy is a form of jihad, the highest form of jihad. It's praxis. Pregnancy, pregnancy is praxis, right? Right. So if you meet your demise during pregnancy, you're a shuhada. You go to Jannah. What else? If you die at a certain age when you're young, well, that's not shuhada. My bad. That's not shuhada. Atkalim kimtab. Qada wal qadar. Qadar is controversial, debated. Sunnis usually believe in the contradiction of both free will and predestination. Yes, that's what Sunnis believe in. What do Shia believe in? I don't know. Halloween, life. Yeah. That's the ummah. Community driven. In Islam is the ummah. Right? Or if you're a Kami, I think it's called internationalism or some shit, right? Yo, Ray, what the fuck is wrong with you? What do you mean date with an American? I gotta know what's your thought process now. Well, why would you date an American? Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you crazy? Politics. I can't die during pregnancy. I'm a man. See? This is the type of shit that get me banned from Discord servers. Yeah. This is the type of shit that get me banned from Discord servers. Yeah. Wait, where were we? Holy shit. We went on a tangent. Now I can't focus on what I was supposed to let's watch
The
this
Wretched
shit.
of the Earth is a foundational anti-colonial text written by psychiatrist and political philosopher Frantz Fanon, providing an in-depth critique of the dehumanizing effects of colonization on individuals and nations. While the core argument of his book is that colonialism can only be completely eradicated through violence, he also warns of the colonized bourgeoisie, the elite class within colonized societies who adopt the culture, values, and economic practices of the colonizer, an elite shaped and educated by Western institutions.
Now, most countries are still ruled by this class, the colonizer class. Bro, like the royal family in Malaysia. This is why I'm a cat, by the way. The one of the royal family members of Malaysia, he was on a podcast with Sneeko, and he glazed the British. They say that the British were soft touch. They say the British were nice. This is how you should do empire. The British were nice. Bro, this motherfucker looks British. You look at the royal family in Malaysia, they all look fucking white. Because they all married fucking white people. And now these motherfuckers are supposed to be the custodians of Islam and the Malay race of my country, really. Motherfuckers can't even speak Malay. Ray, I actually secretly love Americans. I can change them. I can fix him.
Immediate instinct becomes to seek validation and acceptance from the West, and in doing so, they become complicit in maintaining colonial structures, acting in favor of the systems and agendas of the colonizer, rather than advancing the liberation of their own people. Back in January, a friend of mine posted an article on her Substack, Ta'bir Tala, where she made the link between Frantz Fanon's colonized bourgeoisie and mainstream Palestinian activism. As she says, quote, "Today what persists is performing the aesthetic of Palestine, where Palestine exists not as a political and material reality, but as a collective collection of symbols, images, and cultural markers. Now, as a child of the diaspora, I can understand how it maintains our connection to the land. However, I can't help but think that this performance feels staged and disingenuous. It does not account for the lived reality of occupation. While Palestine is undeniably beautiful, it is also occupied. Aestheticizing Palestine risks reducing it to symbolism while erasing the violence and material conditions of colonial domination. And although she does not explicitly name anyone in her article, many Arab celebrities and public figures came to mind upon reading this segment, particularly Saint Levant. A few days ago, as of making this video, Palestinian rapper Shabjdid released a diss track in which he criticizes Saint Levant's superficial representation of the Palestinian struggle to appeal to Western optics of solidarity. Although many people are calling out this drama as some petty feud over concert dates or them trying to recreate a Kendrick versus Drake drama, I think there is a deeper truth that Shabjdid is criticizing in his track.
I'm guessing because Saint Levant is a centrist. I'm guessing because I heard he's a centrist. He's one of those. Graham, Discord makes no sense to me. Yeah, join Discord, please, people. By the way. Join Discord. Jesse Anthony talked about him. I wouldn't know. I'm banned. Yeah, I'm banned from DNW. I wouldn't know. He's kind of a centrist, I think. Saint Levant.
Which is how
like if you embody the aesthetics, but you don't believe in resistance, it's fucked up.
Levant and other individuals in the region and diaspora are from the Palestinian struggle, and how promoting aestheticized symbols does not equate liberation, and instead flattens the
Halloween, I'm moving to Southeast Asia, getting married in Hong Kong. Are you the motherfucker who invited me to the wedding? Someone invited me to their wedding in Hong Kong. I can't go. I'm incognito. I don't exist. Tell me, who the fuck is Saint Levant? He had some good songs, which were kind of cool. Cult Inc., there's a class component as well. Saint Levant is from a rich international family. Owned a hotel. Holy shit. Look, a hotel is, I don't know. Maybe they own like a small fucking fuck-ass hotel. Like a 1-star hotel. It doesn't mean anything. Unless they own a chain of hotels. Half white, speaks 3 languages, private school kid who studies. Look, you can be all that. You can be half white, whatever the fuck. But if you support the resistance, it doesn't matter. If you support and if you're rich, you're rich, you can even contribute monetarily, materially to the resistance. Big up, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter. Graham Fannin was a doctor. He cared for French soldiers and Algerian rebels. Politics. What do you mean, what are you apologizing for? The fuck are you apologizing for? But him being a centrist. Yeah, if you can be all that, you can be all kinds of shit. You could be a fucking capitalist. Right? But if you use that money to contribute to the resistance, to the revolution, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can forget everything. Halloween, I'm seriously moving to Southeast Asia. A few options. Why not move to China? Why not move to China?
The cause on the global stage. Saint Levant is part of what Frantz Fanon would call the colonized bourgeoisie. Although he is Palestinian and spent part of his childhood in Gaza, he is mixed race and holds a French passport. He attended one of the most prestigious American schools in Amman, where he was basically surrounded by the local Jordanian Ammani elites. And I know this because I was also part of that bubble in Amman, and I went to an international French school there, and it was definitely a very privileged and isolated bubble. You're basically surrounded by the kids of diplomats, ambassadors, UN officials, and the children of some of the richest and most influential people of the country. Shab Jdid, on the other hand, is from the West Bank and is someone who actually lives under occupation. He was raised in Kafr Akkab, a densely populated working-class Palestinian neighborhood located on the northern edge of East Jerusalem, with his music reflecting his daily struggles as a Palestinian living in the occupied West Bank, such as dealing with checkpoints, occupation, and restricted movements. And this contrast between these two artists directly echoes Frantz Fanon's analysis in The Wretched of the Earth, where he contrasts the colonized bourgeoisie, those who must perform solidarity, with those whose very existence constitutes the condition itself. He, the colonized bourgeoisie, turns into a kind of mimic man who nods his assent to every word by the people, transformed by him into an arbiter of truth. But the falah, the unemployed, and the starving do not lay claim to the truth. They do not say they represent the truth because they are the truth in their very being. And today, this quote still rings true, not just regarding Saint Levant and Shab Jdid, but on a broader level between us Arabs in the diaspora and those back home. On the one hand, we have the diaspora and the regional elites that are distant from the colonial struggle and violence, whose only connection to the struggle only exists through
Yeah, but you can't discount the diaspora. It's not about who you are, even if you're diaspora, right? But if you support the resistance, if you support the jihad, it doesn't matter, right? You can't just discount people based on who they are. You can't just discount the diaspora. Because some people did not choose to be diaspora. It's either diaspora or death. As long as they support the resistance, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Politics. If you a Nepo baby, then you are worth as little as your family has worth. For you as Nepo baby, you better live up to being... Look, if you're a Nepo baby and you have that power, right? If you channel that power... Like, let's see Hassan Piquer, for example, right? Right? His uncle was in the what do you call it? Turkish, the Young Turks. And that gave him an alley into media, right? That gave him... Most people don't have an uncle that works in a Yankubian media to give you a job at a big... it's not that big, actually. It was a burgeoning internet company, right? Internet media company. Not everyone has an uncle, right? But if you use that privilege that you have, and now you have a crowd, you have an audience. If you use that privilege to direct your audience to the jihad, to communism, to actual communism, right? To the true learnings of communism, the true knowledge, as taught by the communists, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Nobody gives a shit if you're a Nepo baby. Right? But you use that power to funnel people into the fucking establishment. That's the problem. That's when it becomes a problem. That's when people start to, because there have been people like the fucking Engels, right? The fucking Engels, like his family owned a factory or whatever the fuck, but he used it to fund, you get me? Right? So it doesn't matter if this fucker is had a factory or whatever the fuck. I don't think Lil Abdul is relevant in this. He's just someone who rap on one song in with Saint Levant. At Kalim Kim Tab, it's good that you got banned on. No, me streaming has nothing to do with me getting banned. I just stream whenever I get free time. If I gotta work in the morning, I can't stream early morning. Jess Pulido, remember when you told DNW during a Palestine fundraiser The chill right winger. And then chat gave Anthony shit. Nah, they hated me from some of them. It's either you love me or you hate me, I guess. Some of them hated me from the start. Some of them already hated me, so probably waiting for me to get banned from the Discord. It is what it is. Yeah, exactly. This is what I was trying to say, Salma. This is what I had in mind. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, in fact, look, it's kind of like Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr was the angles of no, fuck Abu Bakr. Khadija was the angles of Islam. Khadija was funding Muhammad. Khadija was loaded. So big up Khadija. No, I got banned from Discord. At Kalim Tab. People in diaspora, when they are desperate to get absorbed into the West, they go to the extreme. This is true. But you can't just dismiss people because they're diaspora. Because there are people in the diaspora that can help the struggle. Right? Sugar Mama for the win. Why did I get banned? Look, it's just some people don't like me, okay? Some people don't like difference of opinions. So people just don't like difference of opinions. I know a lot of people who are afraid to voice their opinion in that Discord. So it is what it is. But couldn't be me because it's the internet. Like, what does it matter? It's just the fucking internet, people. What does it matter? But yeah, I know some people are afraid to voice their because they could get banned. I probably wanted to get banned. Right? Probably you were asking for it? You were asking, what is this behavior, Bunker Cat? What is this behavior? You're asking for it. You're dying for it. I probably don't give a shit if I get banned. So it is what it is. People don't like differing opinions, I guess. So some community. Look, I'm banned from Hasanabi Discord. Like, I'll be real. I'm banned from Hasanabi Discord. Because they were making fun of Asmongold for being banned by Twitch, and I pointed out, well, Twitch is owned by Bezos, who provides technology for the empire. So why are you making fun of people for getting banned by this? I pointed that out. I got banned from us. Like, liberals don't like discourse. Liberals don't like dialectical materialism. They hate it. They don't like when there's two opposing thoughts and they have to contend with reality. Liberals don't like it when there's two opposing thoughts and they have to start questioning their own beliefs, their own imans, right? They don't like that. Liberals have so much faith in liberalism, in whatever they in things like Zohran Mamdani, Democrats. They have so much faith in Democrats. Either that or they're not liberals, or they don't like the way I talk. This is just the way I talk. They don't like the way you get me, the way I am. Some people just don't like me, the way I behave. That's understandable. They might agree with my opinions, but they just don't like me. And that's fine. That's fine. I understand that. So just ban me. Problem solved. And that's fine. I have no problems with that. I think it's an efficient way to, you get me? However, Jarros though. Nah, but Jarros was fucked up. Nah, Jarros shouldn't be banned. I should be banned. If you don't like me, if you have power in a Discord server, you don't like me, ban me. It's fine. I understand it. But Jarros, come on now. Nah, Jarros. That's not the one. Nah, Jarros. Justice for Jarros. Justice for Jarros. Nah. No justice for Bunker Cat. No justice for Bunker Cat. It's fine. If you don't like me and you have power in a Discord server, you can ban me. It's fine. But Jarros got banned for what? Right? Jarros got banned for what? That was the funniest shit ever. I'm going to tell you the story of Jarros, right? What's good, Rumana? So I was in an argument, right? I was in an argument and the motherfucker said, I don't know, I forgot. Like she had to go or some shit. And I said, safe. Safe. I said, safe. All right, safe. Or the motherfucker said, I don't want to argue or some shit. And I said, okay, safe. Safe means in it's a UK slang. It's a London, it's a urban UK slang for like in Malaysia we say safe. We say selamat. In Malaysia in Asia we say selamat. Not just Asia, not even South Africa they say salamat. Salamat means safe. This is not even unique to UK. In South Africa, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, they say salamat. Selamat means safe. It practically means it's a short cut for I wish safety for you. Right? Safe. And then this Jarros motherfucker tried to explain this. Safe means he wishes safety upon you. He got banned. Yeah. Banned for explaining slang. Now that's justice for Jarros. At kalim kimta. Okay, this is autistic, okay? This is the truth. Jarros got banned for being associated with you. How did they know Jarros is associated with me? Like, I'm not from Manchunia. Selma, I watched Hassan since literally 2020. And a few weeks ago, I got banned from his chat over pointing out that people just want him to take some responsibility over. This is it. I'm used to this. Like I think in liberal spaces, they just ban you if they don't agree with you. If you present a contradiction to liberal spaces, they don't want to deal with it. They just ban you. Okay? They don't want to deal with contradictions. They literally do not want to deal with contradictions, which is but the nature of communism is you got to deal with contradictions. Contradictions exist. They exist. And you can't pretend it doesn't exist. What do you mean, thank you? No, it's not even be safe. Like, safe in it, fam. Safe in it, fam. Jarros, she literally asked for justice for Jarros. Don't worry about me. Like, I deserve to be banned. If my vibe does not tally with your vibe, your community's vibe, Rumana who banned him. No. Hassan Reddit and DNW Discord banned me. Hassan Reddit and DNW Discord. Might be the same thing. Salamat Rami. Salamat in Tagalog means thank you. You see, Tagalog uses the same words, different meanings. But salamat in Indonesia, in Malaysia means safe. Or salamat also means like selamat datang means welcome. Selamat membaca means happy reading. Selamat is positive, people. Safe in it, fam. Marcos, semantics. What's good, Marcos, by the way? Semantics will get you banned with Yanks every time. It's not semantics. It's pointing out contradictions. It's pointing out reality will get you banned. They don't want to deal with reality. Yeah, exactly. Salam also means hello, goodbye. Salam means peace. Right? Salam, the root word of salam is peace. Wait, salam is the root word. Ah, fuck. Whatever the fuck, bro. Elmi, I got banned from Hassan Twitch, the whole plataner. I mean, you get me. You get me? Hell on. I got banned from the Reddit simply for pointing out that Amazon is owned by Bezos, and why are they acting as if Asmongold getting banned on Twitch as some kind of W? But Hassan does not get Hassan gets banned on Twitch for 1 day and then he gets reinstated. That's sussy. Why is Bezos fucking with Hassan like that? Why is Bezos fucking with Hassan like that? So I just pointed that out, right? I got banned. Selma, salam means peace, security. Oh wait, Selma, did you see that meme in Discord? Bear G posted that meme. Since you're Bosnian, right? Do I have this on Decky? Let me see. Do you see that Bosnian meme? Is this true? This is hard for the non-Bosnian mind to comprehend. But this archetype of Bosnian will put their life on the line to defend Islam against the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Phenotypically, he may be indistinguishable from the Serb, but spiritually, he is firmly upon the Siratul Mustaqim.
Majko mila, što si me rodila, što me nisi u reku bacila. Majko mila, što si me rodila, što me nisi u reku bacila. Da me nosi u virove lude, nije život.
No, that music. You can't see me, but I was dancing. I got that music though. I was dancing. Romana, his aura, mashallah. Wait, are you talking about aura or aura? Oh, he's not showing his aura anyway. He's not showing his aura. Wait, Selma, holy shit. What song is this? Wait, I need to know this song. It's a banger. Anyone know the name of the song? Yo, look at his chain, people. Look at his chain. This chain means you are about that life. Imagine having this as a chain, people. Holy fuck. This motherfucker was born to be a shuhada. What the fuck is this chain, people? This means you have dedicated your life to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You put this shit on flags. This is the type of shit you put on flags. But this motherfucker put it nearest to his heart. This is the song. Can I get copyrighted listening to this song? I should save this song. It's a banger. Wait, let me save this song. I gotta save it. Kind of a banger. Intros.
Majko mila, što si me rodila.
Nah, this is a banger. Nah, people, this is a banger. Bro, how is a song emotional and at the same time, it's like it's a banger. You get me? At the same time, it fucking slaps. How are you emotional and you're slapping me at the same time? Just pulido. Can you get chat to say the shahada? Okay, everyone. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah wa Ali waliyullah. You get me? Everybody say the shahada right now. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah wa Ali waliyullah. You get me? Takbir. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Right? Wa Ali. Don't forget the wa Ali waliyullah. That's the kami part. That's the kami part of the shahada is the wa Ali waliyullah. You know, inshallah knows the shahada, okay? Inshallah, his name is literally inshallah. Cause Bunker Cat just put me on. What do you mean? Put you on what? Ali waliullah. That's the kami part. That's the socialist part of the shahada is wa Ali waliullah. Abel Hugh, why would they want to be buddy with him? He's a socialist. Wait, who's a socialist? Who? Haider. Holy shit, it's a banger.
Majko mila što si me rodila, što me nisi u vatru bacila. Majko mila što si me rodila, što me nisi u vatru bacila.
Holy shit, this shit is a banger. Abel Hugh, it is what's said on Google. Nah, don't believe the hype. He ain't no socialist. Right?
Majko mila što si me rodila, što me nisi u reku bacila. Majko mila što si me rodila, što me nisi u reku bacila.
Look, you know this motherfucker real because he bundled up his slippers like this. You know this motherfucker real, he bundled up his slippers like this and he balanced the can on a rock, on a stone. His iman is at a level, his iman is so strong that he believes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make sure the can will be on the stone, that the can will not falter. He believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created nature. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this stone that will balance the can. Is this beer, by the way? What drink is this? Is this beer? I don't know. Right? Look at the stone. It's not even on the ground. The stone is on a stone. It is beer, but it is takbir. I know the brand is beer. Why do you know the brand? Look, it doesn't matter. This motherfucker can drink all kinds of beer every day. He's going Jannah because he is going to war. Right? He is going to war. He is going to kill the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Takbir. Okay? Takbir. Okay? Exactly, Kal Ing. That's the one. His iman is so strong, he knows Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look, beer was banned because some motherfucker couldn't hold his beer and couldn't focus on the salah. This motherfucker can drink a whole 6-pack and pray salah and focus. Right? Because he can hold beer. If you can't hold beer, it's haram. If you can't hold beer while doing your salah, it's haram. But this motherfucker can hold beer. He will read the surah from start to finish. No stuttering. He will stand straight. Right? He could drink a whole keg of beer, but when it's time for salah, he will stand straight. Not drunk at all. He can hold beer. He can say the surah. He can read the surah perfectly. Perfectly. Okay? And this is how he bundles up his slippers. So you know this motherfucker too real for this. Jarros, this guy drinks vodka straight out the bottle. He does shots between prayers. While doing the sujood, no, the ruku. While he's doing the ruku, his hand will reach for the shots. And when he stands up from ruku, he will do the shots. It will not deter him from his iman. Okay? Right, do not argue with this motherfucker, okay? Don't argue.
Majko mila, što si me rodila, što me nisi u reku bacila. Majko mila, što si me rodila, što me nisi u reku bacila. Da me nosi u vinove lude.
Elmi, gotta go out with my girlfriend. Hope you... Alright, big up Elmi. Motherfucker has a girlfriend, right? You chose your girlfriend over me. You're going to Jahannam, my friend. You really chose your girlfriend over me. You are going to hell. Go straight to hell, boy. You're going to hell, my friend. Anyway, where were we? Holy shit.
Symbols and culture, and another group, those who are on the ground directly suffering from the violence, injustice, and oppression from colonialism with no escape. The difference between the colonized bourgeoisie and the colonized subjects, the difference between a Saint Levant and a Shab Jdid is simply your privilege, whether that is through your wealth, your education, or your passport. And beyond the Palestinian cause, I also think that it might be a reason why us Arabs in the diaspora and the upper class westernized bubble in the Middle East gets so much hate from like the OG Arabs. It's because we're in our little colonized bourgeoisie bubble. The average Lebanese, Egyptian, Sudanese, Syrian, Palestinian, Jordanian, or Iraqi person is a living representation of neocolonialism. They are the truth in their very being. They face the hardships of war, occupation, poverty, inequality brought on by Western imperialism with no foreign passport to escape or no proximity to Western conduct to assimilate into the imperial system. Their peace and survival is at the mercy of whether or not greater powers choose to occupy, bomb, or crack down on their country, whether global currencies and markets will affect the economy in their country, which may impact their standard of life. And as this whole Saint Levant Shab Jdid drama is going down, I've seen many people point out that Shab Jdid is simply jealous of Saint Levant, and this diss track is just a jealous,
You see how to deal with this, right?
petty feud.
If you're like, for example, you're a diasporoid, right? How to deal with this is to respect the people who are still on the land. Respect the people, right? Don't think you have a voice, actually. The diasporoid. If the diasporoid starts talking shit, this is what happened with Iran. This is what happened with Iran. The diasporoid the diasporoid don't respect the people. This is what happens.
That he's just salty, and it's just because they decided to have the concerts on the same day. And while these takes are definitely superficial, I do think that there is some truth to that reasoning, just not in the way many people think. It isn't like petty jealousy over like fame or clout. I think it's a direct reaction to structural privilege. It's the frustration that comes from watching someone in proximity navigate the world so easily and effortlessly, being able to plan world tours.
No, forgive me for ignorance. Isn't drinking haram? Yes, it is, okay? But let's be for real. Not for that motherfucker. Okay? Not for that motherfucker, right? For some people, it might not be haram. Right? Look, everything is halal and everything is haram depending on the situation. If, for example, right? If, for example, I'm giving you a scenario, right? Someone forces you to drink. If you don't drink, they will kill everyone. Drinking becomes halal, right? It depends, right? You gotta approach everything scenario, in accordance to you need context. You need dialectics. You need context for everything. Okay? You can't just say haram always, halal always. No. You have to do dialectical materialism. You have to approach everything within context. Okay? Okay? Selma, a lot of Muslims in Bosnia. Yeah, look, Muslims everywhere. They believe in Islam, but they won't necessarily stick to all the rules. Yeah, that's fine. I believe that as long as you have Iman, as long as you believe in the resistance, the jihad, as long as you believe, Allah will look, Allah will figure it out for you. Allah got plans for you, okay? Allah is the best planner. Okay? As long as you believe in the right things, right? There's some motherfuckers that do everything Islamic. They pray every day. They do everything ibadah 100%, but they believe in fuckeries, right? They believe in fuckeries, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The most important shit is your iman. Your iman is above all. But there are reasons why beer is haram. There are, you get me? Why is you getting automated for this? If Muslims in Jordan drink, then of course Muslims in Bosnia. It is what it. Yeah, it is what it. Yeah, the Arabs are a bunch of drunkards. Look at the way they behave. Inshallah, let people make their own mistakes. Halloween, I like that Southeast Asian countries are making smoking harder. Now, smoke is, yeah, there's a reason why smoking should be haram. Smoking can kill. Same with beer. Beer can lead to fights. It can lead to, you get me? It can lead to a lot of bad things. That's why it's haram. That's why it's haram. Smoking should be haram. Also, smoking contributes to the capitalist system. That's why it should be haram, to be honest.
That's why you are physically limited due to restricted movements, because one holds a foreign passport and the other does not. But what I think is interesting about this diss track is that it isn't entirely a diss track, since for half of the song, Shab Bijdid is basically reaching a hand out to Saint Levant and basically refers to him as a brother, and that despite their differences, he isn't trying to ostracize him, but to like call him back home. I don't think Shab Bijdid is hating on Saint Levant as a person. I don't think he's hating on Marwan Abdul Hamid, the mixed diaspora kid, but rather what.
This is true. Also depends what you smoke. I think marijuana is. You get me? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Like for example, if you need to smoke marijuana to heal, it becomes halal. I'm pretty sure it becomes halal if you need it to heal something, because marijuana is a herb. It's a medication, right? It's probably halal for me. I got ADHD. It could probably heal my ADHD. It could alleviate ADHD. Maybe it could alleviate anxiety, right? I got a bit of anxiety due to medication. Jesse, do you? No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke shit, people. I don't smoke shit. Why? People, even in real life, people think I smoke. People think I smoke the ganja. I don't. Just because I behave like a fucking idiot, does not mean I smoke. Medication is halal, yeah.
He has come to represent as Saint Laurent on the global stage. How the Western-centered capitalist system we live in presents an anti-colonial struggle as something palatable, aesthetic, and easy to consume. Something that Saint Laurent has sort of agreed to play the role of, but also something that is much greater than Saint Laurent, which is the fact that we still live in a world dominated by Western and colonial narratives. Back in November, I made a video about Huda Beauty and Saint Laurent's Clementina campaign and how they used Palestinian symbolism out of context for a marketing campaign without fully understanding the meaning and history of the symbols they were using. And someone left a comment on that video that really stood out to me. Obviously, I don't think there was any ill intent in the campaign, but it just shows that we are so steeped in colonial mindsets that we can't even see where our blind spots begin. To which another user responded, "We're steeped in colonialism and capitalism. The two go hand in hand, and I don't know how we rid ourselves from either." And we see this exact same dynamic play out in who gets the spotlight and who gets silenced. For example, take an artist like Eliana, who, don't get me wrong, is incredibly talented, but I can't help but wonder whether her quick rise to fame on the global stage, like her opening for Coldplay's World Tour, or being the first Palestinian artist to open a FIFA World Cup ceremony and to be featured on the official FIFA World Cup soundtrack, is facilitated by her profile. Specifically the fact that she is undeniably white passing and, like Saint Laurent, appeals to Western pop aesthetics. Now let's look at another Palestinian artist like Nemesis, a Palestinian singer who is a Muslim hijabi. Despite writing deeply moving anti-colonial pop, Nemesis was dropped by her record label simply for speaking out about Gaza. She was forced to rebuild her entire career independently because her presence refuses to conform to Western standards of palatability. And when you place artists like Eliana and Nemesis side to side and look at them, you can see how selective the industry is and who gets.
Yeah, I don't disagree with this. Definitely they choose who they allow to exist. They allow certain people to exist. Wait, what's clove cigarette? What's the? Do you mean like balut rokok? Is it like fuck? What do you mean rokok balut? Do you mean this? Like, what do you mean clove cigarettes? Like this? Is this clove cigarettes? Inshallah, I've had to live around liberals. Just Pulido. Anthony usually smoke on. If I live in Lebanon, I will probably smoke. Like, I just don't have. Yeah, you get me. They literally have clothes in them. At Kalim Kimtab has debate Zayo Sunni. That's interesting. Okay, I might give that a watch after this. Right, Atlim, are you gay, Atlim Kimtab? Like, we're watching this and
to represent Palestine on the global stage. The global market wants Palestinian voices.
Wait, are you gay? Atlim Kimtab, are you gay?
But they want them filtered through a white adjacent lens.
Oh, Krete is like what? Gudang garam? It's like those Krete. Is it gudang garam? It's like those Indonesian cigarettes. Yeah, I do not smoke, number one. Number two, this shit is heavy, people. Krete is heavy. Like, even if I smoke, I would not smoke this. This is for the motherfuckers. Okay? Krete is for the motherfuckers. At Klim Kim Tab, you're not gay. So why are you? We're watching this, right?
And so maybe the greater issue.
We're watching this, and you want me to pivot to Haas? That's kind of gay.
Isn't whether or not these artists are deliberately selling out Palestine, but acknowledging the reality that we still live in a world that is driven by Western colonial narratives and capitalistic agendas. Meaning that in order to represent Palestine on the global stage, you must have some proximity to whiteness, or you must be willing to perform your Palestinianness to appeal to Western optics of solidarity. But in acting for this performance, part of their truth gets erased. In a way, Saint Laurent and many of these other public figures are themselves victims of colonialism, as they are conditioned by the system to become more palatable, all while simultaneously causing harm to the very cause they aim to represent and advocate for. Over the past few years, Palestinian activism and resistance has transformed from an active anti-colonial struggle into curated aesthetic images and symbols designed for passive consumption on social media, or trendy items to be drop-shipped to your door, because the revolution will not be televised, but it will be sold to you as merchandise, accessories, and popular media. And this wouldn't be the first time a social or political movement has been rebranded through marketing language and consumerism. The commodification of Palestine is no different from how corporations and influencers flattened feminism into girl boss feminism or I'm just a girl aesthetics, or how environmental activism gets reduced to corporate greenwashing, or how LGBTQ plus liberation gets co-opted into rainbow merch for the month of June. In every case, radical struggle is stripped of its radical substance and sold back to us as a product. And the thing is, corporate optics and material action always exist in opposition to each other, because while a company or individual may appear to promote women or LGBTQ rights, they may also be funding political candidates that are actively harming these groups. While a corporation appears to care about the environment, they are actively contributing to its destruction. While a lot of
You don't give a shit at Kalim Kim. You don't give a shit. Non-mahram. What's good? Simsat. What's going on? At Kalim, you like what the fuck is Furong Wang? The hell is Furong Wang? Furong. Wait, what did I just do? Furong Wang. What the hell is Furong Wang? Oh, you mean the cigarette? Fucking commie over here. Look, Jess Pulido. These are. What do you mean, Jarum? It's heavy shit. I don't even smoke, and you want me to go straight to the hardcore? Some of this shit probably don't even have filters. Yeah, some of these Indonesian cigarettes probably don't even have filters.
these celebrities and public figures cheer Free Palestine, they still have financial ties to Israeli occupation. And I think one of the best examples of this is how Huda Katan, the founder of Huda Beauty, has been
Yeah, where you been, Simset? Where you been, Simset?
championed over the past few years for her quote-unquote activism for Palestine. She is seen as this hero in the public eye, despite the fact that she continues to sell her products through retailers like Sephora, which is owned by LVMH, a luxury conglomerate with ties to Israel's blood diamond economy, and the owner of which, Bernard Arnault, has investments in Israeli cybersecurity infrastructure which supports Israeli military intelligence. Not only that, but in February 2025, Huda Beauty sold the shares of her sister's fragrance company, Kayali, to General Atlantic, an investment firm with ties to Israeli tech companies and US defense companies. And so while she screams Free Palestine from her Instagram and TikTok, she has in fact done nothing to free Palestine from within her own company. And the truth is, this hypocrisy that we see with Huda Beauty's brand activism isn't very different from how some of us perform activism in regards to Palestine, particularly activism on social media. We might believe that we made a difference by reposting, sharing, or liking something about Palestine. However, while doing so, we are quite literally feeding the AI algorithms and big tech companies that are enabling death and destruction in Gaza in the first place. Based on Frantz Fanon's definition, I am technically
Halloween is, I think it is haram, but you know what? I don't know. Right? Just make your own decision. Right? If it doesn't, if it benefits you more than it, mudarat. What's mudarat? Mudarat is, fuck. What is mudarat in English? Harms you. If it doesn't harm you, I mean, it is what it is. You gotta have some ijtihad. Some scholars might say it's haram, but you know, everybody's a scholar. Right? Everybody who reads is a scholar. Everybody who understands is a scholar. So yeah. Simset been bunkering down. What does that even mean? Okay? That sounds nasty.
technically part of the colonized bourgeoisie, and most likely so are you. But so was Fanon himself, who was raised within the elite colonial upper class in Martinique. He attended a lycée français, which is a French school, where he was assimilated into French culture, much like my own experience at the French school.
Okay, is someone going to point out that this is uneven? Is she on a hill? Why is the horizon uneven? Why? Are you in the middle of a hill?
Jordan, and during World War II, Fanon left Martinique to join France to fight the Nazis in Europe because he believed that he was fighting for universal freedom alongside his French brothers. And it is through this experience that he discovered that troops were strictly segregated by race and that black soldiers from the colonies were treated as inferior soldiers and not as equals, breaking the illusion of French equality that was ingrained to him during his school years. After the war, Fanon stayed in France to study medicine and psychiatry at the University.
Look, as much as you shouldn't judge people by their identity, but Fanon has a point. As a child of colonization, he has a point because you know what happens with these what do you call it? What do you call it? Colonial bourgeoisie. What happens is the problem with this is they rule your country. Right? This class, this particular class, they end up ruling your country because why? Because the British approves of them. In Malaysia, there was a movement, there was a left-wing movement. For example, this left-wing movement wanted to make, okay, this is a forecast image for me to talk well. Let's change the image so I can be a bit more motivated. You see, right, in a colonized country, this class is problematic because they end up ruling the country. Whether they are in the royal family, whether they are in the political party that rules your country, this is the class that is accepted. You see, in Malaysia, we had a left-wing movement that wanted to unite all Malaysians under one. They wanted to unite the Malaysians under one race, equality. Right? This was a coalition which included communists, nationalists, feminists, even nationalist people, even nationalists, communists, feminists. They were all in this one movement and they wanted equality. They wanted all Malaysians to be one race. Okay, no more Chinese, no Indian, no Malay, no brown, no yellow, no black, no no Everybody is equal. Everybody is Malay. This left-wing movement consisting of nationalists, communists, feminists, whatever the fuck else, they wanted everybody to be Malay. Okay? The British weren't having that. So the British propped up what do you call it again? Colonial bourgeoisie. The British popped up this other party, this other coalition, political coalition, where there's a Malay party, there's a Chinese party, there's an Indian party. Everything is separated. There's no equality. Right? It is what it is. Because why? Because the British wants you to be separated. This is the problem with this class, with this particular class that is the British. This ties into what she said about Saint Laurent and what was it, Liana, whatever the fuck. That some people are accepted by the West, some people are not. Okay, and this happens in all levels, whether it's during independence of certain colonized countries. They will approve of certain political parties. They won't approve. This is why I say that political parties in the US over here, which has clout, they are allowed to exist by the empire, right? They are allowed to exist because they benefit the empire, right? Anybody who is an actual revolutionary will not be allowed to exist. They will always have certain people they accept, certain people they don't accept. And this is where this energy comes from. This energy from this rapper who's beefing with Saint Levant. And if you're like a diasporoid, if you're from an upper class, the best thing you can do is respect the people. Respect the people. Even if they attack you, accept it. Don't be defensive. Don't be defensive. And this ties into the fucking second thought, right? Second thought, who's glazing Mamdani, right? And then his own crowd is presenting a contradiction against that. The best thing you can do is not be defensive and accept people's opinions. But if you're defensive, that tells me something about you. If you're like a diasporoid, for example, and then you have the people in West Bank or Gaza, who are struggling, who wants to voice out their opinions, but you dismiss them, you're defensive, that tells me something about you, right? That tells me something about you. At least respect the opinions of people who are voicing out, right? Like, this is something people need to understand. There are certain people that are accepted. Mamdani is one of those. He is accepted by the establishment. And these people end up prolonging the colonization. What they do is they prolong the colonization. The colonization does not end. You're going to be in a constant jihad, people. You're going to be in a constant race war, gender war, culture war, because you get colonized by your own people. Okay? By your own people. Your own people who is accepted. This is what happened with Obama. Like, this is what happened with Obama. Black people might be like, oh no, that's one of us. He represents us. He don't represent shit. He is accepted by the establishment because he is harmless to the establishment, because he prolongs the plight of the establishment, the plight of the empire. He does not contradict the plight of the empire. He prolongs and strengthens the plight of the empire. And now you got black fucking Democrats and black Republicans, right? So yeah, he basically strengthened the empire. Now you got black people who are supposed to be radicalized by slavery, by literally by the plight of their own race. Now you got those people supporting the empire, groups of those people. So basically, people like Obama, who's basically a revolution traitor. Well, he's half black, so he strengthens the empire. So these people strengthens the empire. So people like Mamdani, he does not do anything. This is why fucking Lenin, right? Fucking Marx. This is why they have already talked about this. Because this shit is not new. This shit happens back in the day. And if you don't listen to historians, who the fuck are you going to listen to? Are you going to keep repeating history again and again, looping? When they tell you about people like Mamdani, fucking listen, because this thing happens in a loop. Right? Mamdani is not going to further any sort of movement at all. He's just going to strengthen the empire. Right? You can't live during Obama days and not tell me this is real, people. You can't fucking witness Obama and tell me I'm fucking lying. You can't fucking witness Joe Biden and the Democrats commit a whole ass genocide. You can't keep ignoring fucking reality, material reality. You can't keep ignoring. But this is what they do. If you point it out, they ban you. Because not accepting reality is stage one. of being an empire fucking bootlicker. Anyway, Marcos, coalitions do have to be made for decolonization. This is why my country is still colonized, because we are ruled by a coalition approved by the British. And the left-wing movement got I wouldn't say it's a left-wing movement, it's an anti-empire, anti-colonization movement, anti-British movement, anti-imperialist movement. It got shut down, but it took decades, but they got shut down by the British. Right? You don't understand how beautiful my country would be if everyone was equal. Because every day we got to deal with culture war, race war, instead of progressing as a nation. Right? Instead of progressing as a nation, I got to deal with culture war. Oh, the Chinese are evil. The Malays are stealing from me. The Indians are stealing from me. Like, who gives a shit, people?
Where he was assimilated into French culture, much like my own experience at the French school in Jordan. And during World War II, Fanon left Martinique to join France to fight the Nazis in Europe because he believed that he was fighting for universal freedom alongside his French brothers. And it is through this experience that he discovered that troops were strictly segregated by race and that black soldiers from the colonies were treated as inferior soldiers and not as equals, breaking the illusion of French equality that was ingrained to him during his school years. After the war, Fanon stayed in France to study medicine and psychiatry at the University of Lyon, which again was a path that was really only reserved for the colonial elite. And later on, after coming to the realization that he can't escape the colonial systems that he was born into, the colonial systems that is perpetuating harm to colonized peoples, he resigned from his post and joined the FLN in Algeria and edited the FLN underground newspaper El Mujahids. And his journey shows that being part of this class does not mean that you're damned to perpetuate neo-colonial agendas. You can make choices that lead to genuine liberation, but stepping out of the systems that reward you is much easier said than done. And being able to renounce a privilege in the first place is itself a privilege. But the first step of action that I think a lot of us struggle to take is fully acknowledging our own positioning within these systems of capitalism and colonialism, how we benefit from them and at what cost. While it's easy for us to point the finger at corporations and celebrities, we are also to blame for the commodification of Palestine because every product requires a consumer. The reality is that most of us are more interested in engaging with Palestine as a consumerist trend rather than in a way that makes a meaningful difference. Because buying products marketed as pro-Palestine is much easier than taking the time and energy to study histories of colonialism and how we benefit from it today and how to disrupt it from within. I am producing content about Palestine and you are consuming it. Over the past few weeks, I've been a teaching assistant for students in Gaza, and in discussion with these students, I've come to realize just how polished the Palestinian cause has become and just how little we truly understand about the Palestinian struggle. These students don't perform being Palestinian. They do not say they represent the
The reality is the Palestinian plight is done. It's done out here. Because why? Because people don't support resistance. People might say they're pro-Palestine, but they don't support resistance. And then the Yankubians, they'll say they're pro-Palestine, but then they support the Democrats who killed the Palestinians. This is why Palestine is gone. Because people don't support the resistance. The resistance is basically survival, right? People support what happens after survival fails, which is charity, right? That's medication. You should support the vaccination, right? Before the medication. The vaccination should be the priority. And vaccination is the resistance. It's prevention. The resistance is prevention. The moment you got to do the medication part, you have failed. That means total failure. Right? I'll be real. This is why Palestine is gone. People don't want to support the resistance. They only want to say I'm pro-Palestine. Like, in what way? Right? In what way?
Truth, because they are the truth in
If you're anti-resistance, you're anti-Palestine. I'll be real. This is non-negotiable, right? Because resistance is prevention, and prevention is better than cure. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, prevention is better than cure. Even in communism, I don't have the quotes. I'm pretty sure communists also believe that prevention is better than cure. Vaccination is better than medicine. To not get the illness in the first place is better than getting the illness and having to medicate. Okay? So resistance is prevention. You should always support the prevention first. Right? You don't want to get to the part where you got to medicate. Okay?
their very being. And if our solidarity only exists when Palestine is packaged into something soft and beautiful, then we have confused aesthetic visibility with liberation and consumption with solidarity. And before ending this video, I would again like to clarify that I acknowledge that I am aware that all of the criticisms that I brought up in these videos can also be applicable to myself. I am also half white and white passing. I also grew up in a very privileged bubble. And in making these videos for my channel, I have learned through the engagement I receive from audiences worldwide that even I am intellectually constrained by the limits of my upbringing and my identity. But the cool thing about social media is that the information can go both ways. So when I do make a mistake or when I am limited, someone can point it out and we can all learn from it. And despite all of these criticisms on how Palestine is represented by some of these figures, I do think that the world is still better off with these flawed expressions than without them, because it is still a form of Arab and Palestinian representation. Many people believe that Saint Levance can't be a lover boy pop artist and represent Palestine, or that Eliana can't be dancing on stage and wearing a kufiye. But obviously that is not true, and I think that these elements can coexist with one another. It just hasn't landed yet in a way that has produced a meaningful impact for the cause. And even if these representations are flawed, their existence is what enables us to have discussions about these topics in the first place and enable change within our communities. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you would like to see more video essays on Arab pop culture, or leave comments on your thoughts on
I definitely don't disagree. Was good. I love say. I'm gassy. I need I need to drink or some shit. Like, let's see this Haas versus Zionist Sunni. Where is this Haas versus Haas al-Din?
Assalamu alaikum, akhi.
Assalamu alaikum, ya akhi.
Alaikum assalam.
So I think your claim that Islam is pro-communism is bullshit.
I didn't say it's pro-communism. I said it is Marxism.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit.
Well, you can use soap to cleanse your foul mouth and then return with an argument.
I have an argument.
Make it.
So whenever there was a war, the Prophet...
Bro, this guy is too loud. Holy fuck. Okay, give me a minute. I need to take my water. I need to take my...
So
just
I
watch
talked
this.
about Abdul al-Sayed last week. And, you know, it's obvious that this guy, given that he was already saying, I'm not a socialist, socialism doesn't work, it's not scientific, I'm a capitalist, all this sort of thing, you know, like paying lip service to Israeli self-determination, as he put it, stuff like that. It's obvious, as it is with anyone who's in the Democratic Party, obviously. Just him being in the Democratic Party should be enough of a clue for you that he's just going to turn the second he gets anywhere close to power, right? As always happens, working in the Democratic Party is a dead fucking end. You should never look at a Democratic Party politician and take them as anything but what they are, which is an attempt to sheepdog you into the party. If they make left-wing sounding grunts, you should roll your eyes and see it for what it is immediately. They are trying to appropriate the things that you care about and make you think that you're going to have your voice in the party, so you don't have to do anything for yourself. That's the whole point. And usually, the second they win their primary or they get into office, they start moderating their rhetoric. They start changing their tune quite a bit. They start doing things that are not exactly in line with the way that they frame themselves or that you believe them to be. And Abdul al-Sayed won his primary literally a few days ago. This supposed pro-Palestine guy who is against the genocide of the Palestinian people and a fighter against the Democratic Party establishment, who, by the way, has fucking Hassan Piker working on his campaign, fully endorsing him. Here they are together. Hassan Piker, the revolutionary socialist. They are great friends, fully 100% endorsed by Hassan Piker, who's definitely not just a Democratic Party shill. Well. Guess who immediately endorsed him the second he won the primary? Kamala Harris, the vice president of the USA during the most bloody period of the Gaza genocide. This anti-genocide, pro-Palestine stalwart accepts immediately, obviously pre-planned, the endorsement of Kamala Harris glowingly. He writes, Vice President Kamala Harris understands the key role control of the US Senate plays in lowering prices for Michiganders. How do you say that? Michiganders? And holding Trump accountable. To achieve a Senate majority in 2026, we need to win Michigan, and that means beating Mike Rogers. Trump and his allies prey on our divisions, which is why it's so important to bring communities together right now. Her support in this race is critical to building an unstoppable coalition against Rogers, Trump, and their assault on our rights and democracy. Just like I stood with her in her effort to defeat Trump, I'm so humbled and grateful for her support in this race to defeat his minion, Mike Rogers. Okay, so this supposed anti-establishment, anti-genocide left-winger wins the primary and immediately starts talking about the importance of unity with the Democratic Party mainstream and how much he loves Kamala fucking Harris and how much he accepts her endorsement. But it doesn't end there. You know, Pete fucking Buttigieg, establishment Dem number 8,000 million, he's 100% Team Abdul as well. They're all coming out. He's that fucking guy.
The choice could not be clearer. When it comes to the U.S. Senate, we have Abdul al-Sayed, who insists that money in politics has gone too far. And we have him running against Mike Rogers, who insists on being part of the problem. We have one candidate in Abdul al-Sayed who wants to expand affordable health care and keep more money in your pocket. And we have another candidate, Mike Rogers, who literally voted against the Affordable Care Act, and you better believe he will cut health care one more time if you give him a chance in the United Senate. So we will not let that happen. Mike Rogers has disqualified himself.
So all of the establishment Democrats are immediately coalescing around this guy. I mean, it's obvious this was pre-planned. It's obvious, if he won the primary, they'd already spoken to him as to what they would do, as to how he should act, which is why he's just openly accepting the endorsement from Kamala Harris. Hassan Piker is going to be saying shit like, I operate in reality, you goddamn ultras. We need to win, okay?
Ultras. Ultras is a new one. Yo, that... Why is my cat? Oh, shit. I think I have a clip of... You see, the thing about Abdul el-Sayed is he's not even hiding, so... There's a clip of Hassan in his chat reacting to...
When it comes to the question of you've got to be thinking about a solution in the...
Ray, you have returned. What happened to you, to your Yankubian man?
the right way. When it comes to the question of socialism, I'm not a socialist. I'm just a capitalist who understands how capitalism works. The biggest threat to capitalism was never the idea of government regulation. It was always monopoly. I want you to think about the stuff that you have to buy, whether it's your groceries and the number of stores you can go to, or it's buying a flight to see your grandmother, or it's picking a phone or a phone provider. You have like 2 or 3 options, and that shouldn't be legal, but that's the way our economy works right now. So I think government ought to be there to regulate on monopolies and oligopolies so that everybody can actually participate in an economy without having to be forced to pay more or get paid less for the work they do.
Congresswoman Stevens, another question about your campaign. We've seen just in the last few days, of course, Senator Sanders, we've seen AOC, and we've seen Elizabeth Warren just today, and they're all behind Abdul. These are the people who worked with you.
You've got to be thinking about a solution in the right way. When it comes to the question of
awkward. Jommy Jom Jom. He'll call people third worldist as a slur, right? Ray, I left to make some bread. Not get more D, unfortunately. Wait, where do you find a Yankubian? Like, where do you find this Yankubian? Chat, chill out. He didn't even say that. Like, it's just awkward settings. Okay, let's get back to Haas.
Allocated to himself 20% of the war spoils.
Okay.
So he didn't equate himself with the remainder of the army.
And what did the prophet do with his spoil? As the sovereign leader, as the representative of the centralized authority.
He bought lands. You know, the land that...
What did he do with it?
Huh?
He used it for the...
Bro, these motherfuckers need to normalize the audio. Jommy John Jom. Hassan does it all the time, really? Well, what's so bad about being a third worldist? I want to know. What's so bad? I mean, I can't be a third worldist because I'm already in the third world. I can't even become a third worldist. It's just forced upon me. A third worldist is an advocate or supporter of third worldism, a political movement. It promotes solidarity among nations in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Like, what? Why is he using this as a slur? It's a good thing. This sounds like, yeah. Why would you want to be against this? Why would you want to dismiss people who believes in third worldism?
Public, because he was the sovereign ruler.
No,
this
it was his land, and he gave it to his...
No, it's about the allocation of resources based on a principle of the division of labor. So, for example, if you take up a map and you plan beforehand the exact division, that's still planned economics.
Yo, Atlim Kinta, you can't say that. You can't say he is not a third worldist. He is born, isn't he Puerto Rican? If you're like Puerto Rican, Dominican, black, if you're black, brown, you can't be a third worldist. That should be automatic. You can't become a third worldist. It should be automatic. It's not like he's some white boy, you get me? Like Bat Empanada, who decides that he wants to, you get me? He who believes that the third world should unite. Like, you have no choice. You look third world. Like, you're a fucking Puerto Rican, a brown Puerto Rican. You were born fucking third world.
So he owned this land, and this land went to his daughters after his death. So it wasn't a property of the Ummah.
He was the ruler.
Yes.
He was the sovereign. So that's like saying the caliph or the sultan owns it.
Yes. So after his death, it didn't go to the Ummah or didn't go to the state. It went to his kids.
And that's what you're missing, though. You see, you messed up walking into this talking to a Shia. Hey, yeah. You just messed up. You had no idea who you were talking to. Someone who believes Ahlul Bayt was the rightful successor of the Prophet. Speechless.
So Quran.
But he didn't. You get me? He didn't. Look, the thing about is equating Islam one for one with communism. Of course, Islam has a lot of contradictions. Okay, right? There's gonna be a lot of contradictions, but there are certain concepts in Islam that is in line with communism and is in line in what's good for the people. But it's not a one swap, right?
On chapter 16, verse 71 says, Allah has favored some of you over others in provision.
So what?
And the tafsir of this verse means that Allah has made.
That could mean anything. That could mean, equality is not complete equality. That just sounds like something Marx would say, right? Like some people need certain things more, some people need other things more. So you don't give everything to everyone. You give people what they need, and you don't give people what they don't need. You take what you can take, you don't take what you don't need to take. You give what you can give. Right?
People into different classes based on wealth.
Based on no classes are mentioned. Based on the words of Sheikh Friedrich Engels and Sheikh Karl Marx, they said each person, equality is a bourgeois principle because men are endowed with different abilities and skills and qualities and character and habit. The notion that everyone is the same is not communism. The phrase that Marx cites from paraphrasing the Bible from Thomas Munzer, Sheikh Thomas Munzer, from each according to their ability, to each according to their need. Some are provisioned with more because their needs are more.
Nah, this motherfucker is memeing. He's memeing. He's not even arguing he's just memeing, okay?
So you think wealth should be divided based on needs or quality?
From each according to their ability, to each according to their need.
Okay.
Why is he using communists to argue against Islam? Yeah. No, he's memeing, okay?
I'm gonna go past the point of the war spoils, like the money, because you can argue, he represented the state. But one more thing was the concubines, the females that were captured. Even those were not distributed equally. So
You are completely neglecting the historical context, and therefore there is no way for you to meaningfully speak of such things. The notion that women were considered a form of property is a perversion, a perverse understanding of the complex sociology of the world predating the Middle Ages, where wars led to the devastation of people's form of subsistence, and it led.
Wait, that concubine shit, that's not, that happened in a lot of Islamic empires. It's haram, people. It's not. That has nothing to do with Islam. It has something to do with Muslim empires, but that's not Islamic.
Led to a devastation of the ability for people to be taken care of, because there was no such thing as centralized modern infrastructure or centralized institutions that attended to people in a universal way. People were very much embedded in their familial, parochial, household context. So to meaningfully speak of such things is impossible.
But there's like verses in
especially as the way
hadith
you're
that
trying to
says
angle it.
the Prophet had sex with those female captors. and the female captors have no right to reject.
Bro, I've never heard this hadith. Be real. Also, hadith is hearsay. Bro, hadith is not even concrete. Hadith has levels, number one. And number two, people have admitted to lying about hadith. Hadith is hearsay. Like, it's literally hearsay. And people have admitted to lying in hadith. You can't just base your whole belief on hadith, people. It doesn't even make sense. Because hadith can be, it can be lies. It can be exactly lies. Wait, what? My sister was a homeless drug addict. Arrived at your couch 8 months pregnant. Wait, what? Just like that? Where was she when she was 7 months pregnant?
Request bed.
At kalim kim tap. Wahhabis have hadith for everything. These motherfuckers, in Malaysia, sometimes they put like hadith, they call it hadith da'if. Da'if means like a weak hadith. They put it on TV. Sometimes just because they want, for example, like a hadith telling women to shut the fuck up, right? For example, right? They will put it on TV even though there's no proof this is a strong hadith. Because why? Because they want women to shut the fuck up. That's it. They'll believe in some random hadith just because it tallies with their beliefs. Like, they want women to shut the fuck up, so they find some random hadith telling women to shut the fuck up, put it on TV, even though there's no proof. This is a real hadith.
With her owner, so they were merely for sex, right?
You're speaking some ISIS gibberish nonsense.
No, bro, it's literally in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. It's not ISIS.
Where?
Come on.
Where? The hadith?
In Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, like Prophet Muhammad had. Yes.
Yeah, you can back off a little bit, okay? You need to back off a little bit. Because I don't buy this nonsense. This is some nonsense ISIS stuff to me.
I'll be real, I never heard this hadith. No. But I don't want to Google it, okay? I don't want to Google it.
Bro.
Because you know what?
It's literally Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih
And
Muslim.
I follow the Quran.
So you think
I
there's
don't think Haz knows anything about Islam, bro. What the fuck does hadith got anything to do with Quran? I don't think Haz even knows his own religion. I think he's just memeing. Quran has nothing to do with hadith. Hadith is hearsay.
no verses in the Quran that talks about the concubines?
That it's you should valorize just raping women. No, I don't think it is.
There are Quran verses about concubines, bro.
Concubinage, as you're misrepresenting, you're saying all concubinage is kidnapping.
And this Zionist Sunni guy, like, is he even Muslim? He sounds like he hates Islam.
Women and raping them. That's not what concubinage meant in the general sense.
I don't care about what you name it, but
You're missing.
in
You're not
practice,
doing
in
an
practice,
analysis based on the sociology of care and subsistence and how that worked. You are making it seem like concubinage was about chattel slavery, and it wasn't.
Yeah. He's got a point. Okay, he's got a point.
I don't care what you name it. I mean, in practice, those concubines were taken against their will by the winner army, and they were divided among the winner army men, not equally, based on the Prophet had the most, and then the Sahaba had more than the regular warriors, and then those concubines, it's written explicitly in the hadith that they have no...
Again, hadith, okay? Again, hadith.
Right to reject.
First of all,
there are Muslims that don't even believe in hadith, okay? Hadith is not word of God. Hadith is word of humans.
A call to bed to the owner.
First of all, this is what's disgusting about you Wahhabi Salafi types. You abstract something violently out of the context, such that you depict something filthy, disgusting, and grotesque to any normal, sensible person. The notion of normalizing out of context, just bluntly dropping us this idea of defeating an enemy army, then taking the women into... You're misrepresenting the actual context of what all this stuff actually meant. In actual context, wars devastated people's means of subsistence and their household economy. So the question wasn't, oh, how are we going to simply divide all of these prizes among people? It was a question of how do you deal with the social devastation in the aftermath of something like that. And according our modern sensibilities have no way of properly understanding that. And your insensitivity to that vast chasm of context shows me that you are precisely the type that corrupts Islam to a point that makes it something hideous and filthy to a normal person.
Okay, so where do you get like your moral principle from if you reject hadith regarding the concubines? Like you just make it
Why
this.
is this guy is obsessed with hadith, people. Why is he so obsessed with hadith? Like his whole belief is based on hadith. You can't take hadith 100% seriously because it's word of humans. It can change throughout time even. And some have you can't be so confident and your basis is hadith. Also the hadith might not even exist. He could be talking shit. He could be just talking some random shit.
We get our morals from hadiths rather than Allah.
And his mic is too loud. Right? And you can tell he's Arab.
Himself is paganism and idolatry. We don't
Hadith comes from the Prophet, and the Prophet speaks from Allah.
Allegedly, they do. Not all of them. There's not.
Hadith does not come from the Prophet. It comes from people. It comes from people who heard from the Prophet. So anybody could make up a hadith. Anybody from back in the day could make up a hadith. Hadith is, I would say, it's hearsay. It's what people say. People say the Prophet said this. That's what hadith is. Hadith is a companion of the Quran. Some people don't believe in hadith. It's questionable. At-Kalim Kimtab, there are rabbis who are narrators of hadith. Hadith is just historical text. It's also hearsay. That's what it is. It is not scripture. Jarras. Who said Shazam? I might have spaced out. Hadith. Hadith. It's not hadith. My bad. I just pronounce it hadith. Easier to pronounce. But I think it's hadith. Hadith. Hadith.
Agreement about all of them. Okay, Shias and Sunnis don't agree about all of them. So I don't need to hear this.
Are you Shia or Sunni, by the way?
Shia.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. And what are y'all doing about Palestine? By the way. We're silent now. Oh, now we're silent.
Yeah, we're not doing anything, but at least we're not polytheist.
Who's fighting?
We don't do shirk. We don't do shirk.
Okay,
it's
but
better
you just
not
get
to defend.
dominated and raped by Israel and the colonial powers.
It's better not to.
We're not doing shirk, but we're getting raped by Israel and the colonial powers, so it's okay.
Yes, in the eyes of Allah, someone who doesn't stand for Palestine but does tawheed and doesn't do shirk is better than a polytheist who's standing for Palestine. This is what the Quran says.
Then let me bomb you with something.
Wait, why is he saying Shia is polytheist?
Why should anyone be a Muslim if these are the most true Muslims? If they're cowards? Why would anyone want to be a Muslim then? Why should we follow Islam? If you're not able to attend to the basic human dimension of our existence, our dignity, what we know in our hearts to be right from what's wrong. If this is Islam for you, why should anyone be a Muslim in the first place? How did the Prophet even get followers? You think he was tricking people with magic tricks? He was telling them what they already knew was right and wrong within their heart. They followed him because he was a noble man. He was a good man, and they could see that. He was bringing justice. That's why they followed him. If you're not doing that...
Wait. Why did he accuse Shia of being polytheist? Let me Google this. Why Sunni accuse Shia of being polytheists? I don't know much about Shia. Oh, Wahhabi. It's not Sunni. Yeah, I don't think Shia is polytheist. What? Look, you Sunni motherfuckers are obsessed with Imam. So is that polytheism? As long as you believe in one God, What's this? There's nothing polytheist about Shia. But apparently Salafi and Wahhabi consider Shia polytheists. Shirik. Shirik means, what they mean by this is they accuse Shia polytheist is like Christianity, where there's three gods. There's the Father, the Son, the Holy. That's polytheism. That's in Islam. That's shirik. In Islam, there's supposed to be one God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? That's what I'm assuming. But as long as Shia does not believe there's any other God except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they just believe that Rasulullah is the messenger, and Ali is just Imam. Ali is, you get me, family and Imam. But of course, I don't agree with the family part. But the Wahhabi do the same shit. Like they are obsessed with their Imams. Use of the turbah. Now the turbah they criticize the use of the turbah. The turbah makes sense. What's the turbah makes sense? Like, because you're supposed to pray on the ground. The fuck?
Nobody gives a fuck if you're talking about polytheism. Nobody gives a shit. You're not delivering on the humanity. And even in Islam, Allah made us first, and then he gave us the guidance. Well, he made us. He endowed us with moral clarity. He gave us a basic dignity where we know right, we know wrong, intuitively, in our hearts, in the heart. You understand? If you are failing to do right by that, what right? What is your theology even based on? Who gives a fuck if the people who are righteous in this world evidently are quote unquote polytheists doing shirk? Isn't that an argument in favor of polytheism rather than Islam?
That's an opinion. Yeah, this Wahhabi motherfucker is fucking crazy. He's coping because, okay, we do nothing about Palestine, but you are shirik, so we are better than you. But shirik, whether someone is shirik or not, is an opinion. These people are crazy.
Islam, you're making a case against Islam when you say that. Don't pretend the ball is in the court of these monkeys with beards and no mustaches in Saudi Arabia who feel like they can gatekeep the entirety of this religion that's lasted over 1,000 years. The ball is in the court upon he who delivers in this world the righteousness, the truth, the nobility, the humanity. Not clerics who turn it into a Talmudic dead letter, a dead letter. If Allah is real, he gave us life. He gave us bones. He gave us a gut feeling in our stomach. He didn't give us a dead letter for gatekeeping chosen people to...
You can tell how he doesn't really have knowledge about Islam, but he's just talking from a human perspective. No, that's how you should approach this, because if you start arguing about details and hadith and whatever the fuck, it becomes, I don't know, it's whatever, bro. Like, who gives a shit? You're arguing about hearsay. At Kalim Kimtab, Wahhabis worship MBS and the UAE piece of shit. Yeah. There might be some Wahhabis in my country. Some people have professed to yeah. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, these people are crazy. Imagine coping, yeah, fine, we don't do anything about Palestine, but you are shirik, so we are better than you. Holy fuck. These people are basing their whole lives on opinions. Like, hadith is opinions. Hadith is an opinion of someone that heard what they say the Prophet said. It's an opinion. And these guys are basing their absolute lives on opinions. Right? on like opinions that you don't even know that's not. This is what I think the prophet said, right? They're basing their whole the fundamentals of their lives, their beliefs on hearsay. It's crazy.
To interpret based on some unflexible.
No, I don't think he knows things. Like, he doesn't seem like he knows much about Islam. He's just arguing from a human perspective. He knows about many things. I don't think he knows. He probably knows about communism. I don't know. It doesn't seem like he knows any, because he's not going to argue the Islamic text. He could just argue hadith is hearsay, but he doesn't want to argue it. I don't know, maybe because I don't know, maybe he considers it a form of I don't know. Put the words bad ends. What do you mean bad ends?
Rigid dogma that is divorced from the reality itself that our hearts are connected to in real time, that are beating? What kind of Islam are you even selling?
So I want to flag the systematic difference between you and me. You get your morality based on
and you get it from Discord,
on communism, and I get it from Quran and Sunnah.
You get it from Discord. You get it from Saudi Arabia madrasas.
He did not get it from Quran and Sunnah. Like, he got it from hadith.
Aramco oil revenues, and I get it from my heart, from my.
I'll be real. Let's be reality. Nobody knows Sunnah. Nobody knows Sunnah. Nobody can go back in time and read and listen to Sunnah. I'll be real, nobody knows.
My bones.
Okay, so regarding the question that why should people become Muslim, the Quran tells us, وَمَا خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَ وَالْجِنَّ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So Allah has created us to worship Him. This is the first cause of,
so are you
us
worshiping God by sitting on your fucking ass and doing jack shit to stand up to Israel?
I can't do anything to them. I can't. I'm not a ruler. I'm not a king.
Oh, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's just I'm
Yeah,
not.
see, it's always the same excuse. I'm not a king. Don't blame me for my government. Holy shit. Then go fucking kill your king. Okay, in Minecraft. They always give this, oh, it's the government. At least disagree with the government. At least don't pretend like doing nothing is about Palestine. Is don't pretend as if it's some kind of you're dignified. At kalim kemta, yeah, he's arguing from a humanistic point of view. He's arguing from a human point of view because I don't think he knows much about Islam. Neither do I. Like, I learned Islam, but I don't remember shit. I'm not going to remember exact text, the exact hadith, and neither do I give a fuck, right? Because at the end of the day, whether you believe in hadith or the Quran or whatever the fuck, you got to look at reality. You got to perceive reality. If what you believe, if the hadith you believe in led you to believe in it's better for me to do nothing about Palestine, and it leads you to disrespect the people actually doing something about Palestine, maybe wake the fuck up. If the hadith you believe in leads you to believe that the people actually doing something, praxis about Palestine, you're better than them even though you do nothing, then maybe wake the fuck up, right? Sometimes you got to look at just reality. August has no, I don't think he knows shit about Islam, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because he's arguing with a crazy person. He's arguing with a crazy person, so it doesn't matter.
I'm going to do any self-criticism and address the spiritual and moral vacuum inside of my heart that makes me absolutely culpable in fucking what? 1 billion people not doing a fucking thing to stand up to Israel. Fuck are you even talking about? It's not me, it's not me. How many people fucking say that? But why is it that the Shia are fighting? Why is Iran and its allies fighting? Why is Hezbollah fighting?
Well, it happened that they are fighting and we are not. It just happened that the circumstances are like that.
Just happened.
Why?
Just happened. But you can't explain it.
I wish I can do something, but I can't. But I still cannot tell you that a polytheist
Look, even if you can't do something, don't feel as if you're better than the people doing something. It's bum fights. It's fun. It's fun. Look, we got into with the Sunni in Discord just this afternoon. There's no way around it. Like, you can't tell these people anything. They just deny reality, right? We have a Sunni who's not anti-Hamas, anti-Iran, anti-Hezbollah, just because it's Shia. Like, you can't. Some people, I don't know, man. You just can't. Some people are inbred. Okay, it's limited. They have a limited avenues for. They have limited, like if Google Maps tells them, okay, this route is, we've done the calculations. This route will get you there in 10 minutes. But they believe this other route will get them there in 5 minutes. So they follow their route. It takes them half an hour to get there. But they still believe, Google Maps is still wrong. I'm right. You see? This is what's going on right now.
That's a person who worship Ali.
Maybe if there was more reflection, you could understand why that is. How about you reflect first? Because one is following the Zulfikar, the sword that splits the hypocrites in two, that exposes the appearance from the essence, that says it's not enough to LARP and sit and say, I have the truth because I read some books. You have to show on this earth what the truth is. Through your deeds, not just through your fucking words.
Okay, I want to
put that up in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay, I want to flag one more verse because I know some Muslims might be misguided by your words. That the Quran says, "Inna Allah la yaghfiru an yushraku bihi wa yaghfir ma duna dhalik." So the only sin that Allah won't forgive is shirk. It's not to stand to Palestine. Okay. You can neglect Palestinians and
holy fuck, that's crazy. That's crazy. Hate from da. This guy is handsome. No. Okay, you know what? He's not bad looking. Not gonna lie. I see Hassan Piquer is more good. This is my belief that. This is my iman that Hassan is, but he has better skin. Look at the skin though. He has way better skin than Hassan. He's got what's good, JC? Why he gesture like he an imam? No, an imam has to hold like a stick. Imam has to hold like a stick. But he's holding a sunglass, so I don't know. At kalim kimtab. I have some ayah from Quran and some hadith, usul, some fiqh stuff memorized just to shut these stupid Wahhabis up with them. The Wahhabis, this motherfucker is crazy. He's trying to cope with his people not doing shit about Palestine. And he's like, you're shirik, so I'm better than you, even though I do nothing about Palestine. But the Shia is shirik. But that's your opinion. You don't know if Shia is shirik. Shia still believe in one God. So technically they're not shirik. They might love this imam too much, but so do you. You're obsessed with your imam. Right? You listen to your imam word for word. You don't fucking contradict your imam. Is that shirik? Also, shirik is not just strictly polytheism. It could be a lot of things. But the concept of shirik is you believe in something. For example, you believe in the power of jinns, right? Right, equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's shirik. That's shirik.
How?
Because your Wahhabi Saudi rulers are your gods. They are God.
I'm not even Wahhabi. I'm
give
just
a fuck.
I'm just a Muslim, bro.
Fucking UAE nonsense gibberish you get your filth from is your God. And that's shirk. God bless the Sufis. God bless the standard, real traditional Sunnis, and God bless the Shia, whatever the fuck you are. I don't.
So do you think in the eyes of Allah,
I have
so
no
do you think in
brotherhood
the eyes of Allah, a Christian who fight for Palestine is better than a Muslim who's not?
Yes!
Yes. Holy fuck.
Yes!
How?
The fuck? What?
1,000,000%! And 1,000,000%!
A Christian is a mushrik.
1,000,000%! 1,000,000,000, 10,000,000,000,000%! Because you are munafiq.
Munafiqun. You are munafiqun. Yo, this is crazy, people. This is how crazy these Sunnis can become. Okay? We had to deal with this motherfucker in Discord.
With Zulfikar, I expose you. Because the Christian follows Islam in his deed.
Islam is not about who you are. Islam is not about identity politics. Islam is everything. Islam is not identity. It's not your identity. You can be Christian and you can be Islamic. You can be a fucking IDF and be more Islamic than a fucking Muslim. Islam is not your identity. Islam is everything. Okay, Islam is life itself. Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck is wrong with these Arabs, bro? What the fuck is wrong with these Arabs? It's the inbreeding. I'll be real, it's the inbreeding. It's mad in the dunya.
And the Muslim who does nothing is his word. He's a hypocrite. Nothing is worse than a fucking hypocrite. The hypocrite is worse. The one who's righteous in their actions and in their deeds is the one who I could say is my brother. Not the hypocrite. I hate the hypocrite. The hypocrite is the enemy of Zulfikar. Zulfikar.
And yet ACP likes Andrew Tate. That's a munafiku.
Was made for the hypocrites. It's the exposes the hypocrites.
The funny thing about this is ACP fucks with a lot of hypocrites. A lot of munafiqun.
Okay, so you think a Christian who's pro-Palestine and fighting for Palestine can enter Jannah, but a Muslim who doesn't?
Yeah, fuck yes.
Is
He
going
will
to hell?
burn and be tortured in hell for eternity, and the Christian will be in paradise.
Yeah.
Okay, is this what your
Yes.
Shia book says?
This is what my Shia truth, my common sense, my...
No, I'm a Sunni and yes. Oh no, fuck yes. You don't get to decide who gets to enter Jannah through identity. Who enters Jannah is through taqwa. You want to enter Jannah, it's through taqwa. It's not through identity. And taqwa only God knows. Right? If God wants Netanyahu to be in Jannah, Netanyahu will be in Jannah. No, I'll be real. Right? Only God knows taqwa. God does not allow you entrance into Jannah through identity. No. Anybody can be a Muslim. Andrew Tate is a Muslim. Right? Anybody can be a Muslim.
intuition says, and I will run with that instead of your no mustache and beard gatekeeping from Saudi Arabia.
And that's why you guys losing the war, right?
We'll see who wins and we'll see who loses. But
Yo, he's really messing with this guy, right? Like this motherfucker, holy fuck. They will end up supporting the US over here above other Muslims. Just because of identity, just because of disagreements, slight disagreements.
only we're fighting. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Is it not?
So you don't think what's happening to you, the
can't
major
lose if you
attacks in
don't
Lebanon,
fight.
is
I
a
guess-
humiliation
I
from
guess if you're
Allah
already conquered,
for your
you can't-
shirk?
I guess if you've already been defeated and conquered, you can't lose. So you got that.
That's another thing they like to say. Oh, you're being attacked because Allah wants to punish you. What? These people are crazy people. He's dissing Lebanon, who are fighting the fucking empire. Because what? Because there's Shia in Lebanon?
You're calling the veneration of Ahlul Bayt and you're calling this shirk. Okay, well, your veneration of your Discord admins is shirk. Okay?
Okay.
The awkward pauses, people.
I have one more question.
Okay.
Do you view Ali and Al Hussein as a deity, as a demigod?
No,
or do
no
you
one
view-
says that.
No,
Nobody, that's what
fuck
you
no.
say. Nobody says that.
Yeah.
But it's not in your books.
So what? Why would we say that? Why would we
So you
say
don't-
that?
So don't you say, when you pray, you say, Ya Ali, Ya Hussein?
Okay. Because
So
they're
you-
heroes.
you
Because
call
they're
it for the-
heroes. Because they're exemplary heroes. Because they show us what it means to actually follow
That does not mean you worship someone as a god. Right?
God. That's the difference.
Okay, I say this
Because we
by
have to
Allah.
remember the people who actually show us what it means to follow God. Otherwise, we're just going to listen to these disgusting perverts who have books in their lap, who are telling us something because, well, I'm a learned man, I know the truth.
Okay, by Allah.
Those are glasses wearers.
Yes.
Say, I have the truth because I have some books. That means I have the truth. Okay. You're not showing us the truth.
At least I have a reference. I have a principle. I, have
look at
books.
the book. I can look at the paper. I'm going to look at the sword, not the paper. I'm going to look at the Zulfikar, the one who fights for justice on earth, who delivers.
Hey, bro isn't even arguing. He's just memeing. What? But nah, nah, I can't. Yeah. Between a fucking between this and the fucking the Sunni, I'm choosing this. Right? This one, between Hassan Piquer and this, I'm choosing this. No matter how crazy this gets.
Truth and justice on earth, not the person with parchment who's taking it out of context. Someone who has a piece of paper they take out of context. What does the paper mean? It means to communicate something. Means to say something. You're treating the parchment as an idol. You're not even reading it. You don't even care what it says.
Okay, let's put the books aside. Do you think what happened to Ahlul Bayt and what happened to the Iranians and what happened to Hezbollah, it's not a humiliation from Allah? Like the way Hassan Nasrallah died.
This guy thinks the Americans represent Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the US empire. Holy fuck. Just because he hates fucking Shia. Just because he hates Shia. Like, he wants to believe that the Americans, the Yankubians are punishing you because you are Shia. The Yakubians are fighting the holy war for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to punish you because you are Shia. Holy fuck. This motherfucker is crazy. JC Haas is hot but evil, but still hot. Is he evil? I don't know. I need to do my research on Haas because I don't like Jackson Hinkle. Yes. Jackson Hinkle is a tater tot. I really don't know shit about Haas. He's just memeing as far as I know. Maybe he likes Andrew Tate as well, so I don't know. Americans are sent by Allah to punish the Shia. Yo. Americans are sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Yankubians were sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to punish the Shia. This is hadith. This is premium hadith. This is premium Pro Max hadith. This is premium hadith Pro Max.
The way Khomeini died, the way Hussein died. Don't you think like this is some sort of humiliation from Allah?
This is the dumbest logic ever. Because then if the Muslims lose any war, like if the Muslims get killed, is the punish what?
Says
No.
the massacre of the Prophet's family was a humiliation inflicted by Allah. This is what this guy is saying.
Because Hussein went against the caliphate.
In the Ottoman Turkey, they would have beheaded you for saying that. In the Ottoman Caliphate, they would have beheaded you for such a filthy thing to say.
Bro, but he's an Arab. Like, he gives a fuck about the fucking Ottoman.
They would have
You
beheaded
don't think Imam Hussein was a Khariji, was against the ruler, the caliphate, Yazid ibn Muawiyah?
Is this real? This has got to be an Israeli.
Not an Israeli.
traditional
Hussein is not a Sahabi even.
Even the real traditional Sunnis don't defend Yazid. This is incredible.
No, we do defend it. We name our people Yazid. There are Yazid kids in Saudi and in Iraq
I know
and
in
in
Saudi
Egypt.
Arabia. I know in Saudi Arabia where they're a descendant of the Zionists in Saudi Arabia. That
And
doesn't
even in
surprise me.
Egypt, in Morocco, we name Yazid.
Okay, in Morocco, which is an Israeli puppet, doesn't surprise me. And in Egypt, you have to show me some references because that would be indeed surprising if it was common, even in former Fatimid Egypt.
Yes, we do. We have Yazids and we have Muawiyah. Muawiyah is not as common as Yazid, by the way, which is strange.
That's the greatest part. I'm just gonna let you speak and speak for yourself, and everyone can see for themselves. He's talking about the family of the Prophet, and he's saying Allah humiliated them. He's saying every time there's injustice on earth, it's because Allah was humiliating you. So when the Europeans and the Israelis humiliated the Arab and humiliated the Muslims of the world,
Mhm.
it's because Allah is on their side. So you think Netanyahu is Allah's favored? You sound
No,
a
maybe-
lot like a Zionist.
Maybe Allah has sent them to humiliate us because we have neglected Islam
So
and we
the
have
people of
abandoned
Gaza,
Tawheed.
the people of Gaza are sent. You're saying Netanyahu's sent by God. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
So is what Netanyahu did against the will of God, or did God had a will that for this to happen?
He's literally like a.
I'm not
Talmudic-
saying that.
You are Zionist. You believe there's the chosen people. That's it. End of story. Those who reach fleeting worldly success on the basis of injustice, well, that's because what God wanted. That actually means it's good. And if you're suffering from injustice.
No, you people need to understand. This is real life. I face this almost daily. I face these type of people almost daily. I've argued with people like fucking. I've argued with Pakistanis who believe this. Right? Like the Pakistanis were saying, I remember one Pakistani uncle was saying, the reason they got the tsunami, the Indonesians, is because they got trans people. And I'm like, Malaysia got trans people. We are free from natural disaster. You know why we get floods? Because there's no infrastructure to handle floods. Not because there's trans people. They actually believe this shit. They think they know Allah's intentions. And I'm like, bro, you might be shirik. Bro, because you believe Allah punished these people because they're trans. You're trying to tell me you know Allah's intentions. You are trying to play the role of God. That's shirik. That means you have lost your religion. I don't make the rules. If you believe you know God's intention, then you think you're God, then that's shirik. That's fucking shirik. Motherfuckers, this is what you have to deal with in real life. Okay, from Yeah, Christians are just, exactly. They think they know God's intentions. Well, if you know God's intentions, then you're trying to play God. You think you know God. Then you have lost your religion. That's shirik. You have lost your aqidah. If you think you know what God is thinking, if you think you know God's train of thought, you have lost your aqidah. You have lost your religion. At kalim kimtab, these type of people need to be. Politics, bro, dress like Fidel Castro, but focus on Hassan dressing like Mao. Is he dressing like Fidel Castro? I wouldn't know. I don't follow Fidel Castro on Instagram.
justice, well, you deserved it because God humiliated you. That's what you're saying. That's what you believe.
Yes, and by the end of the Abbasid Caliphate, Muslims has abandoned Islam, and they started to translate Greek philosophy and abandon the deen. And Allah sent the Mongols to humiliate them.
So go back in a time machine and go live in this golden age. That's all I could tell you, because you're not faring well in the age we live in, as it stands.
Okay, and you can't even answer why Allah is not like did you see the attacks in Lebanon, the major attacks?
I pity you for the filth and misery and
What I would say to this person is, you think you know what Allah is thinking. So you've lost your aqidah. He's not a Muslim anymore. You can't do that. You don't decide why Allah does things.
side of your corrupted heart. I just pity you. What else can I tell you? You have a miserable worldview, a miserable existence, a hateful, ugly one. You cannot see how the fighting of injustice and the overcoming of evil and injustice is part of the plan of Allah. That this is why
your evil is not my evil. My evil is shirk.
because you're
your
what?
evil is just Israel.
Israel is not okay.
Israel is the source of all evil. That's for me the source of all evil is shirk, not Israel. I don't like Israel.
He's defending Israel now.
I'm not defending them.
Sir, you
my enemy.
You spoke your piece. You said what you had to say. He mocks the family of the prophet. He glorifies their murder, their massacre, which even most Sunnis recognize was a grave injustice. So much so that the last leader of the Ottoman state, Abdul Hamid, the last real one that is, created reliefs in devotion to Ahlul Bayt in Hagia Sophia. You can see the names of Hussein and Hassan and Ali there. And in the armies of the Ottomans, they would venerate Ali and the Zulfiqar, and this was real Islam, Sunni or Shia. That was real traditional Islam. But the Wahhabis have come and they're open Satanists. They worship Satan. Did you guys believe what you just fucking saw? This is what Islam is. When I say this is why I don't care if I get called a heretic, because this is the state genuinely of Islam in the world. This guy's literally saying that God sent Netanyahu to punish, and then Netanyahu is actually fulfilling the will of God directly. And the Palestinians deserve what happened to them because they deserved it. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying that when Israel is inflicting its terror against Lebanon, all the injustice they inflict, well, actually, it's because you deserved it, because you were in the wrong. And he celebrates and glorifies it. Nobody is doing more damage to Islam in the world than such people. You have to think about that. Like, why would anyone want to be Muslim if this guy's going to be the representative of Islam? Wouldn't it be better to convert to something else? I've never, for example...
I like how the guy is still in the call and he's speaking as if the guy has left. The motherfucker is still in the call. Yo, Manim, this is the kind of mental gymnastics these inbred savages will resort to. Wahhabis are shit, true. Yo, Manim, this is what happens if people worship monarchs and ruler. Exactly. Also, this is what happens when people are inbred. They just can't get over, they can't get over something that does not make sense. They believe in something that does not make sense, but they can't get over it. They can't overcome a lack of sense. They can't overcome it. It's just not possible when you're inbred. Right? It's not possible to resolve contradictions when you're inbred. Your mind does not allow it.
Even the depravity, ortho-LARPers, there's some disgusting LARPers in the Orthodox Christian community that we have, the online one, that we have quarreled with, but they've never reached this evil. I've never seen them go this far in their fucking evil, because you take those people who I consider hypocrites on the internet, but if I ask them, is Israel the devil and are they satanic and are the Palestinian children innocent, they'll say, well, yeah, of course they are. So they still have some humanity. As much as they lie and as much as they slander us, there's still something human there. I mean, the only thing that comes close to this level of evil in Christianity are the evangelicals, right? Only the evangelical. No other Christian sect or denomination ever goes this far in their hideous evil.
Okay. That was crazy. That was mental. Wait, what? Hassan interviews Denims? The fuck?
It just has to be transformation.
Let's see a bit of this. Okay? Let's see just a bit of this.
Yep.
And it was transformative.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Denims is here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do something crazy. What's going on? Denims is here, and she brought gifts. Here, this is your seat. Where's your seat? Okay, yeah. Thank you. Hold on. Here we go. Push some of the stuff back. What have you brought us today?
Okay, well.
You gotta talk into the microphone.
Right. Okay, so I thought it'd be fun to do a hummus tier list.
Uh-huh.
You know, not at all in celebration of a certain different tier list that got a couple creators banned. Just some random creators. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Get
yes,
the board.
thank you, please.
We have a board as well. Did you print out the different hummus types as well? God damn, look at that.
No, she killed it. Wait, let me screw it.
Oh. Do you want me to grab it? Hold on. I got it. Don't know why you chose
I feel
this.
so bad. Why am I? It's
Wait.
beautiful.
Let me see if I can.
I think it looks good.
There it is.
I think it's good.
You can kind of see on the wide shot. Do you condemn me? Do you disavow Hassan Piker?
No, but I do
You should.
condemn.
That's crazy.
I do condemn Hank Pecker. That guy
Okay.
is a disgusting piece of shit.
Okay, good. All right,
He doesn't
that's a
stand
good
for
start.
my values.
That's a good start. Okay. And
Hey, from
so,
I'm not her cousin, okay? I'm not Moroccan. You gotta ask the Moroccan. I do not know whether Denims live in the. You can ask in Discord. Someone might know.
we brought you on today because you are now known as the free speech queen. What does that mean for people who are unfamiliar with why you are the free speech and fair use queen?
So maybe you know of a guy called Ethan Klein.
Mm-hmm.
He sued me for copyright infringement, or he alleged copyright infringement because I watched his content, not nuke
Mm-hmm.
on you.
I call it the context.
The
nuke.
context nuke
Yeah.
because it's lacking context.
Yeah. It was just a mishmash.
This is too awkward for me. Yeah, I can't watch this. We've seen the peoples. I mean, we don't need to listen to them, right? It's too awkward for me. I gotta go eat or some shit. Let's see who's online. Who's online? Zach AP is online. Zach AP is online. Maple Takes. She's Moroccan. Yeah, she's Moroccan. I gotta go eat, people. Oh, Mandem. So Mandem. I gotta go eat. We're gonna rate Maple Takes. So, people, love for the love. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Resubscription before I went live. Appreciate you. Sorry, Denims was on Hassan's stream. Hard to compete with that. Two baddies. But I'm also watching you now, so